All right, let's get it going. Week 4 of the Texas high school football season. And look at here, Odessa Permian taking on Mesquite Poteet.
Manny, we got good ones.
The Pirates looking to get on the board first, if you will. And not a bad way to get things started here, as you're going to see Mesquite Poteet get things cranking up early here from about the 35, call it.
It's an easy one. It's just a little snookery, a little trickery.
Not too bad.
You never saw me. And that's going to go down the sidelines, and that's a touchdown first by Mesquite. But, Manny, don't fear. Those boys down there in Mojo showing that West Texas pride. They're going to come back and get one on them. Let's check it out.
But wait, there's more. I feel like the infomercial coming on us.
So just a little, like they do, triple option. And just like the last one, just a little inside run. Take it to the crib. I think we got a high-scoring ball game out there in the Odessa Rattlers.
Alrighty. Hey, welcome into COVER1 Live here on SanAngeloLive.com. I'm Manny Diaz alongside Mr. Matt Trammell. Hey, we got a beautiful show for you tonight. Heck, let's show you kind of what
dude, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time, dude. I'm ready to go, Manny. Oh, man.
Let's check it out. Here are the games to watch tonight as we kind of get things rolling. San Angelo Central up in Amarillo taking on Tascosa, the state-ranked Rebels. Mesquite Poteet, Odessa Permian, there at the historic Ratliff Stadium. We just saw a sneak peek of that. Arlington Bowie, Midland Legacy, a very good football game. Legacy, also state-ranked. And just kind of looking like they're going to wreck the Little Southwest Conference, coming off just a very tough loss against Arlington Martin last week. Abilene High taking on Grand Prairie. They're looking to go to 2-2 on the season. Arlington Martin, South Lake Carroll, one of the biggest games in Texas this entire week. That's going up there in DFW. Wall v. Mason down in the Hill Country.
That's the Concho Valley one tonight we're going to check out there, man. That's going to be a good one. That's
going to be a lot of fun to watch. Also, Cisco v. Jim Ned. And this one has the makings to be a pretty solid football game. Jim Ned Indians, well, the defending state champs. And then, of course, the El Dorado Eagles, the number 10th ranked El Dorado Eagles in way West Texas tonight, taking on the Wink Wildcats. So we're going to bring you highlights of all these games, but of course, we're going to bring you scores from around the Concho Valley in West Texas, presented by Deersky and Deersky, the real estate professionals of Texas. Meanwhile, hey, we gotta get this thing started here tonight, and here we go.
You know what we should start with? What the people actually want. The people come here. They come here for the Wall Hawks. They come here for the Cristobal Cougars. They come here for the Concho Valley teams. And there's no more Concho Valley team than the, of course, Central Bobcats. Now, the Central Bobcats, they're way down there in Canyon. They're playing at a college, stadium. They're playing at WT. They're playing at the old Buffalo Stadium at J. Ferg Field. So, they're playing Amarillo Tascosa. It's going to be a very tough one. And I got an update. It's 7-7 right now. But there was a big play. You want to check it out?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
So this is just going to be typical Amarillo Tascosa. This is a triple option all the way. Here.
What do we got?
Let's do it. So just a triple option and just a pitch out to the running back. He makes one miss, and he's going to go another one missing. He's going from 130 all the way to the other 30. Amarillo Tascosa is marching, guys. And, not a bad start for the Central Bobcats, but not what they wanted. It's 7-7 right now.
All right, our Bobcat look-in, courtesy of Berkshire Hathaway. Home services there, so glad to have those guys on board. Thank you, Mr. Matt Trammell, for that. All right, hey, big as we saw a number of big games this week, and we got to get it going on with of course our pregame show. Is we're going to kind of give you our picks for the week, and this one, a lot of interesting things, so to speak. Heck, let's just kind of come on back here. And
Manny, we've already had some good stuff. A little bit of Odessa Permian, a little bit of Central. We're getting all the 6A action out here.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty, let's see. This one. All right.
You want to get into some picks?
Yeah, let's do it here. Game. No. Week 4 picks. Goodness gracious, this is our games to watch here.
Dude, there's a lot of games to watch here. We got Central versus Tascosa. We showed you another one, and just to give you an update, they're still driving, but the Central Bobcat defense is holding up. We also showed you a little Mesquite versus Odessa Permian. Two battles right here that are just running These two are running all over the place. It's
absolutely
crazy.
Yeah. Let's kind of get into it right here. So, our Week 1 picks, beginning with the El Dorado Eagles, Wink Wildcats. I think this was a unanimous decision here. The San Angelo Live crew running with the El Dorado Eagles tonight. Yeah, Yanis Green, Sonia Ramirez Munoz, Tracy King. Trammell, you even going with the Eagles here.
Oh, I know.
With myself, Joe, and, of course, James Bellini. Our pregame show presented by Nuke's Eatery.
It was kind of hard, Manny, because, of course, this team is ranked, or was ranked early in the season. They're a very good ball club. Wink is a good team. But what we saw from the El Dorado Eagles last week is a quarterback that can throw on the dime for about 50 yards and can really put it on him.
Yeah, he looked, plenty good for sure last week. And I tell you, he's the kind of kid that just hums that tater down the field. So interesting to see what he has to do tonight. We're looking to kind of check in on that game coming up here in just a little bit. Of course, Corbin Covarrubias named the Fort Build Tough Player of the Week. So
that and definitely
in all of the state of Texas,
need it. We saw all the highlights. If you were here at COVER1 last week, you saw the highlights. This guy was slinging it.
Big game. All right, so another one here, Wall v. Mason, and this one, well, it's kind of a split decision, so to speak. Sonia Ramirez Munoz, myself, and Joe going with the Mason Punchers. Trammell, you along with Tracy King, James Bellini, and Yanis Green rolling with the Hawks this week.
As much hope as I have in the Punchers, I'm not really from the Concho Valley, so I don't really get the whole facade of it. But I was there. My very first year covering football down here was the Mason Punchers going to the state championships and doing it. I don't think that they're at that level, and that was the only level that I could saw them beat Wall. I know Wall doesn't have a stronger team, and they're coming off a COVID week, but to me, Manny, this one was just pretty, cut and dry.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. So let's see. Let's kind of keep that thing going. All right, we got to get back into it there. Let's see. I know we visited with the Wall Hawks. We visited with the El Dorado Eagles. In fact, let's come back. So, Trammell, you're rolling with Wall this time or this week. It's been tough sledding for them the last few weeks. Or last week. Well, they weren't even playing last week. It was COVID times.
Yeah, right. But even like the week before that, it was just they lost. They lost in overtime against a team that they know they should have beat. They were going to go against a really tough Midland Christian team, and honestly, we talked about it last week that maybe they honestly got lucky and they didn't maybe have to play them. But nonetheless, they're still going to have to play full on because if anything, that those roots are deep down there in Mason versus Wall. Man, I've seen you have the story. There's a story out there that you've done versus the Mason versus Wall.
Yeah, it's a pretty big thing, a pretty big rivalry, so to speak. So we'll kind of check in with that one as the night kind of progresses there. Of course, El Dorado Wink. Wink kind of came into this, kind of going back to this one here. Wink kind of came into this season state ranked, a team that kind of had a little something to play for. Week 1 against the Cristobal Cougars. Well, Cristobal just kind of had their way with them and just showed what these guys are about. I love what the Cougs are doing this week or doing this season. In fact, these guys up in Roscoe tonight. They're in the Sweetwater area, so we'll see what's in store for the Cristobal Cougs tonight. They're against the Roscoe Plowboys. I can remember years ago, playing against Roscoe back once upon a time when I suited up for the red and white there in Seatown. And I tell you, Roscoe always dump trucked us. That was just kind of the thing. And looks like Cristobal's finally turning the corner and returning the favor, so to speak. So we'll see what kind of happens with the rest of this game this week kind of shakes out. We'll get to our next few picks here in just a moment. These are timed picks here. So as you see here, 3 and 3 or 4 and 3. So we're kind of torn on what's going to happen with the Wall Hawks and the Mason Punchers tonight. So we'll kind of see what happens.
I'm excited to see either way, Manny. I'm telling you what.
No, for sure, for sure.
I got a little break in the action. I know we've had some picks going, but I figure it's time for a little more football. What do you think?
Well, let's check it out then.
Let's do it. Let's give the people what they want. Unfortunately, this may not be what you want if you are a Central Bobcat fan, but we have people there at WT Stadium there at Farmfield. I think it's Farmfield. Anyways, so here we are. We saw the play that got them down there, and here's the one that finished it. Amarillo Tascosa, they like to run the triple option, and this is exactly what happened. So they're going to call, they're going to check it out, and they're going to make exactly what plan they need. So here it is, just a fullback dive right up the middle, and he walked into the end zone, still standing up after the play's over. That's going to be a touchdown for Tascosa, and it's going to make it 14-7. But, Manny, it's early, and it looks like it's going to be a high-shooting ball game.
Yeah, why not? Why not here on the Nukes pregame show here with that? And I tell you one thing, this is it's going to be a fun game, so to speak. So we'll kind of see what that one, how that one's going to shake out for everyone involved in there. So. All right, so moving on with the picks. Cisco v. Jim Ned, another good football game tonight. Hey, in this one, unanimous decision, all going with the defending state champs, taking on the Cisco Lobos there in Tuscola, or as they call it, Tuscolta, there in the south end of Taylor County.
Manny, why did you pick them?
Man, I just don't know how you beat the Jim Ned Indians right now. Xavier Wishart, their big old running back there. This kid just, he the dude looks like a grown man, and I don't know how you beat them. They run a spread offense. They also like to, they're a ground and pound.
When they
type
pound
of team.
it though, oh man, right down your throat.
Yeah, that they can do. So we'll see what happens with this game. And Trammell, you kind of picked them as well. What are your thoughts on this game?
Man, Jim Ned is just too powerful. Their running back is the real deal. He's going to put it down your throat. It really surprises me how he hasn't had any big offers, because what happened to the state championship game last year, and then really what's happening so far this year, they haven't had one game that's even close. And I expect them just to keep on doing it and just do their thing.
Yeah. Let's see. So. All right.
What else we got?
Yeah. So as we kind of let this one kind of pick up in this, another game that we'll get into, like kind of like the Little Southwest Conference of this season, or of this week 4. But a big game there in Tuscola. We'll bring you some highlights as that one happens there. Trammell, do we have any break in the action or anything? Anything to look at? If you check the text stream there.
Yeah. I'm working it up, Manny. I got you.
Okay. Well, let me know what you got there. In fact, all of our scores tonight our scoreboard is presented by Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. Well, we'll kind of do a score update here in a bit. And as the night goes on, we'll also bring you some our ticker down below. So we'll kind of see what that one looks like here in just a bit. So, all right, we'll kind of Trammell, what else we got, my man?
Hey, look, is that all our picks?
No, well, they're kind of they're making their way around here.
Hey, we're getting some stuff going. So we have boots on the ground in Mason and Wallen. I don't know if y'all have ever been to Mason, but there's not a whole lot of service. So what we're gonna get it, and we're gonna get it as fast as we can. So y'all just stay patient with us and stay tuned, because we got people at San Angelo Central. We've already shown y'all that. We're going to get Wall Mason. We got some highlights coming right now that are going to be pretty good. We've also shown you Odessa Permian versus, what is it, Mesquite what, Manny?
Mesquite Poteet.
Mesquite Poteet. So where is that, Manny?
That is, I know that's in the Dallas Metroplex there, so it's kind of one of those, it's, with Odessa Permian, they were not sure if they were actually going to get a game this week, because the team that they were kind of running with didn't know what was going to, if they were scheduled for a week 1 or a homecoming game against a California team, and this week they finally picked up Mesquite Poteet when they needed to. All right, so moving down in our picks, Mesquite Poteet, Odessa Permian. Heck, a lot of us rolling with mojo, including Trammell and myself.
But it's going to be risky, Manny, because what we already saw was it's 7-7, and both these teams are running the football. So I'm excited to see what kind of update we can get from Ratliff Stadium. And trust me, guys, we got all the highlights coming.
All righty. Another big one, Abilene High, Grand Prairie. Hey, the Leantown Eagles. I think it's a unanimous decision here. Everyone rolling with Grand Prairie, minus of course, Yanis and Sonia in that one there. All right, Arlington Bowie and Midland Legacy. Take a look at this one here.
I'll tell you what, Manny, I had Legacy all the way. This team is rolling. This team's going to be very dangerous coming down the stretch. They got to play a very, very good, probably better than usual Bobcat team. But at this point, I don't think it's even going to matter. Midland Legacy is rolling teams, and I think this is just going to be another one.
All righty, we'll see what happens in that. All right, Arlington Martin, South Lake Carroll, the Martin Warriors, Trammell Sonia rolling with the Warriors there. Myself, along with the rest of the crew, thinking South Lake Carroll might take this one this week. Trammell, what do you think about this one there?
Oh man, it's pretty good. Pretty. It's going to be pretty close, but
we'll see.
We'll see.
Man, South Lake Carroll's a pretty good football team.
That's one that I just don't have from something for sure that I just know.
I got you. All right. So last game, San Angelo Central, Amarillo Tascosa. Last we checked, what was it? 7-0 Tascosa, Trammell?
No. Last time we checked, we saw down. So that's going to actually make it 14-7.
14-7. But here we go.
Everyone here is picking Tascosa. This is the San Angelo Live. What's going on, Manny?
I know.
No one has the faith.
I know. Well,
they're
see.
a very good team.
They're 14-7 right now.
14-7. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Remember,
in this
we're
game.
going to have Ryan Chadwick. He'll be able to really tell us what's going on,
That's
too.
why you play the game. Indeed. All right. So that is good for our Nukes pregame show. Bringing it here courtesy of Nukes Eatery. You're looking for some catering, looking for some good eats. Hey, go hang out with our friends from Nukes. In fact, we're gonna give away 2 $25 gift cards courtesy of Nukes. So stay with us tonight as we'll bring you a lot of good things and perhaps some eats on our good friends over at Nukes. All right, let's see. All right, Trammell, I know we're working with a lot of good things tonight.
I got an update from San Angelo Stadium if you want to check it out.
Uh-huh.
So,
let's see. One second.
The Lakeview Chiefs are taking on the Snyder Tigers, and if anything I know about the Snyder Tigers is they woofed my Leveland Lobos about a week ago, Manny. It was pretty bad. And so from that point, I knew when we were doing these picks that I knew that I was probably not going to pick the Chiefs. But do not give up hope, as I will show you some great things.
Okay, what do we got here, Trammell?
So we're going down. We're in the red zone. Lakeview's got the ball very first in the game. And just like that, just a little handoff. Just kidding. Going to keep it on a read option. Going to kick it out to the right. And,
touchdown.
Find that thing. Get in there, boy. That's a touchdown for the Lakeview Chiefs. Next drive, Snyder Tigers is going to have it. And just a read option, a speed option. They're going to pitch it out. And that's a touchdown for them. So, it's okay. Just a little bit of both there. A little bit of action on both sides. But, that's good to see for the Lakeview Chiefs. Probably more points than the Lobos.
Not too bad, yeah. So score update from San Angelo Stadium?
Last time I checked, 7-7.
7-7. All right, we will take that for sure. All righty, man. So, last we saw, with everything with Lakeview that was going on with those guys, last week, it's been tough sledding for those guys. Such a devastating loss last week against the Sweetwater Mustangs. In fact, it was Sweetwater's 700th all-time win there for the program, and it came courtesy of the Lakeview Chiefs on last Friday night in Week 3. But I tell you what, they're battling right now against a Snyder team that just blew out Lamesa. And if you're playing the game of averages, well, if you remember, Lamesa took down Lakeview in Week 1. This week, well, looks like the Chiefs are kind of hanging on.
I know, it's crazy. But it's good to see because the one thing that I always fear, and I've been at a school where you don't win any games, and it sucks. But it's about how you respond the next week, right? Mm-hmm. So it's always a concern of how the Lakeview Chiefs are going to respond the next week, and what it looks like is they're ready to ball.
Yeah, I would agree. What do you? I think what you dialing up some Central highlights here, Trammell?
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I'm working on our videographer, man.
Okay, yeah, a little Joe Hyde action here. Shout out to him. They're in Canyon with the San Angelo Central Bobcats. Of course, Ryan Chadwick, you can catch. We will visit with him here after a while. So, hey, this is a good week. You can always catch his post game write up coming up after the game, only on SanAngeloLive.com. Hey, let's see. Trammell, also, if you go into the email, there is also a highlight ready from Grande Communications Stadium from Mr. Isaiah. And it's Arlington Bowie, Midland Legacy, so something to look at there. Perfect. And looks like Jim Ned and Cisco are just kicking off. They just kicked off just a few moments ago, so we'll look to kind of bring you some of that action, so to speak. But I tell you what, a lot of good stuff kind of going on this week. A filled week of Texas high school football. So, and mind you, here as the games kind of start getting going here in San Angelo and the Concho Valley and throughout West Texas, look down at the bottom of your screen. We'll pop this up here probably in the next 10 or so minutes, and you'll be able to check out our ticker, courtesy of Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas.
Manny, we've already been working a lot of games here tonight, man. Stuff's going crazy. Stuff's going crazy. I a lot of people know, but it's just me and you here tonight, and I'm going to let y'all know that us two right here, it's going to be a long one, and we're working really hard, guys. So, but what we're bringing to you is great action from across the Concho Valley. We got football all around. So, just a little heads up, we have Tascosa, who is in the red zone, Manny. Okay. So just stay tuned. If you're on, we're going to show y'all a touchdown, maybe, or maybe a defensive stop. We'll see.
Can you show us maybe how they got there?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Okay, all right. So we'll work on that one. Trammell will get us ready for that. We are seeing looks like a weather delay at Ratliff Stadium with Odessa Permian and Mesquite Poteet. Right now, Mojo leading the Mesquite Poteet Pirates 14-7. Trammell, what you got, my man?
So this is how Tascosa got in the red zone. Mind you, someone is hurt, but not in this play. It's going to be a little bit later down the road when they're knocking on the red zone, but this is how they got there. Manny, let's check it out. So just like Tascosa ones, just like the Wallhawks, they run the triple option. They ran that running back right down the side, and it's going to get all the way down to about the 21-yard line from the 50. And that's going to put them up, and then about there, they just hang and bang. And what do you say? A little dink, a little dunk?
Yeah, well, actually,
they're getting all the way down there.
Run it back. This is a little error on myself here. I'll take the rep on this one. Let's run it back here. Let's take a look at it one more time, courtesy of Berkshire Hathaway Home Service.
Yeah, so just like I said, just look for this running back who's going to cut there, and he's going to go right, get a few blockers. We missed a tackle. We missed barely hung out for the last one, but doesn't matter. They got the tackle, but they're, like I said, Tascosa Rebels are in the red zone, and they're knocking on that goal line.
All right, so we'll see kind of what happens in the rest and see if they can actually turn that into points there. Right now, what's the score there, Trammell?
Well, right now, at that point, it was 14-7.
Okay, all right, so we'll see what happens here in the next plays, courtesy of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services there. All right, let's see. We'll get this going there, and da-da-da-da-da. All right, so also we're showing that now it looks like score update from
yeah, I think I got a score update from you. We went ahead and we showed you how they got there, and we teased you about where it was, and I think it's about time we go ahead and show you. So this is just typical Amarillo Tascosa. This is what the boys been working all week. It's just a triple option, quarterback keeper, right up the gut, and that's it. We can go ahead and look at it again. So this is what they typically like to do, Manny. They like to have three backs. That's not what you see a lot in football. Hand it off to the fullback, psych, keep it right up the gut, and that's a touchdown for Amarillo Tascosa. They're going to take the lead 21-7 after this. Bobcats get the football.
All righty. Okay, so, man, the Bobcats got to find a way to get something going. Trammell, I mean, this is a very good Tascosa team. We saw them, We saw them go head-to-head with Midland Legacy, the artist formerly known as Midland Lee, just a few weeks ago. In fact, we had highlights. We had coverage of that game. It went down to the wire. And again, if we're playing the law of averages, the game of averages, Central shouldn't even be in this game the way it looks, because of what their opponents are looking like. And how
they're
how
not
they might be
necessarily in this thing, Manny. I mean, you got to think it's 20-7. If they 21-7, if they don't pick it up right now, they ain't going to be in this thing at all. And right now, they're maybe in it, but they got to go right now.
Right. Well, we saw this movie last week with the Bobcats against Austin Vandegrift. It was a tough outing for them. They got down 21-3 at one point, and then it was just an avalanche, a snowball effect for the Bobcats. So we'll see if Kevin Crane can rally the troops here and kind of get these guys going. Trammell, let's see. We do have some. If you can, we do have an update in the email from Midland Legacy from Grande Communication Stadium. So we'll kind of get that one going on here in just a little bit. So, of course, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors tonight. Of course, as you see right there in the bottom of your screen, Berkshire Hathaway, Home Services, Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas, Nuke's Eatery, along with our other great sponsors tonight. So big football games coming tonight. WW AFCO Steel bringing you highlights of the Core 27 teams of the Concho Valley, and of course Las Bronza Clinics here in San Angelo in the Concho Valley. So looks like Jim Ned is threatening. That's what we're getting in the text stream here. With what's going on with Cisco. So no touchdown just yet. And then, of course, we'll bring you a little bit of the action with El Dorado and Wink here. Looks like
Manny, I got something for you. You definitely like those Midland Lee Rebels, those Midland Legacy Rebels, and this is something that is big time. One of their best players, McKylan Young. He is, one of the top names in Texas right now. He's also playing one of the best teams in Texas right now. So I'll show you a little highlight of what he's capable of right here.
Oh, yeah. What you got, Trammell?
So just a little handoff.
One second, Trammell. 1 second. Let's see. All right. So you ready for that one, Trammell?
Yeah, so just a little handoff, like I said. He's going to make one miss. Just take it to the outside, get some blockers, and
that's 7-0.
Actually, I think we had a higher score than that. Y'all just have to stay tuned for the Deersky and Deersky highlights.
Run it back, Trammell.
To Texas, to Deersky and Deersky Texas scoreboard. So just give me 1 second. But this is just a touchdown from Midland Legacy. The leg. Running it down.
Thank you, Matt. We'll kind of keep things updated as this one kind of goes. If you know structures around the country, big stadiums, there's a good chance that's started right here in San Angelo. All right, so let's see. Trammell, what else? We got anything else going on good here?
I'm checking it out.
Trammell, I do see there's an update in the text string.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
El
We have
Dorado
our
Eagles.
little. Yeah, but we also got a little Jim Ned action.
Oh, okay. So looks like Trammell's bringing up the goods for
no
us.
touchdown yet from Jim Ned, but this is just kind of the offense that they're putting out this season. It's just a little bit of pass, a little bit of run. Of course, they won the state championship last year, so they're going to do it the same way they did last year.
Okay.
A little run. First, just make things happen. Throw the ball, get it in his hands, and make things happen.
Ooh, let's run that back. Let's take a look at that one more time.
So he just drops back in the pass, sees the guy. That's just a little post route. We're going to get our hands on it, make one miss, and finally get wrapped up. But here's just another little action of what they got going, and here's actually a run.
So these guys, it's like playing backyard football for them. So, all right. So we're kind of checking to see what those guys are up. See if they can kind of close out the touchdown there in Tuscaloosa. All right. Whew. So far, so good. We're waiting highlights from Mason, Texas, with the Wallhawks and the Mason Punchers. They got started about, we'll kind of see how that one is going to shake out for them. It's kind of it was a split pick. You saw in the pregame show here at the office. We're kind of undecided what's going on with those guys. So
I know.
Certainly,
but one thing we were decided on was this thing, and we just showed you a little highlights. We might as well just cap them off with it. It's a touchdown, Manny, for the Jim Ned Indians. Just a little handoff right there. Get behind your blockers, find the hole, and get in it. That's what we'd like to see. Another look at it. Look how fast he hits that hole. As soon as he hits it, boom, get in that hole. Touchdown.
Xavier Wishart right there. This kid.
Good dip.
Yeah, once he gets in the postseason, it's fun to watch. That is for sure.
I know, Manny. It's
Trammell,
so much fun.
You like how much do you like the Jim Ned Indians to win tonight?
I like them to win every game this season. If this is on our picks every season, I probably will put them on my board. It's almost like Bama at this point. These guys are for real. I promise you.
Yeah. Alrighty. Matt Trammell bringing us the goods there from the Trammell Live Desk. Heck, the bench there, you're on, Trammell. Let's give a little shout out there. Look at that. This is a little bench please action there.
COVER1 bench.
Rocking the COVER1 bench
behind,
here.
I had to add it to the Trammell Live Desk. Show it a little love.
It's an old Chevrolet tailgate that you're sitting on there, and then of course a manufactured bench. So.
It's pretty comfortable.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
It's not too bad. It's good looking back there, Trammell.
Yeah,
custom made for sure. Alrighty. Hey, so a lot of interesting games tonight. We're seeing the San Angelo Central Bobcats up in Canyon taking on Amarillo Tascosa. Last we checked in with that one, it was 21-7. So, man, it's kind of just a weird. It feels like deja vu from last week against Austin Vandegrift. Maybe just a little tight, a little more tightened up this week, but not by much.
Yeah, Manny, they're really playing some tough teams. These aren't just like little 6As who are just going to be doing it, but this is the people that they're going to be playing in the playoffs. So if they want to come around, they can't just play Abilene High every week. You know, they're going to have to come out and play. So I think it's good for them, and I'm ready to get it going. See a touchdown for the Bobcats.
For sure. Hey, if you go into the text stream and if you check up there, you'll see some El Dorado Wink highlights there. A little back-to-back action. So El Dorado, I believe it is 7-0 El Dorado right now. It looks like they just got on the scoreboard, so we'll kind of take a look at that action here in just a moment, courtesy of WW AFCO Steel. Texas, out in way West Texas tonight. So we'll dial that one up there. Trammell, you about ready for that one?
Give me 1 second.
Okay, all right. So as Trammell gets that one ready to go, we'll see kind of, we're also kind of waiting for some wall mason action from the historic Puncher Dome of Central Texas there. And looks like Matt Trammell is ready for us.
Dude, Manny, so one of the things is there's one of these kids who was built Ford tough. You know, we're big Jim Bass guys over here, okay? This guy is built Ford tough, just like they called it, and he was the built Ford tough player of the week. Corbin Covarrubias with the El Dorado Eagles. They're playing wink, but he ain't winking. He ain't scared. He ain't flinching. He's going to fake the ball and run right up the gut and just take on one defender, take on two, take on three, and push his way into the end zone. That's a touchdown for El Dorado.
Woo! I like it. I like it a lot. These kids, man, they are going to be tough to beat. Cristobal v. El Dorado is going to be very, very interesting come down the stretch of the season. So looking very much forward to that one there. So Corbin Covarrubias getting the Eagles on the board first. 7-0 El Dorado leading in that action there. All right, let's see.
We have a little update on the Wall Mason game. It's not much, too crazy of a highlight, but it is a highlight nonetheless, courtesy of James down there in the Puncher Dome. Of course, the Puncher Dome. You gotta love it. This right there. Gonna make a stop on 4th down. Wall Hawks are gonna take over the football. That's the first possession of the game, and that's exactly what we like. Just a little Wall Hawks defense. You already know. Hey, you thought it was a pass. This guy may have been open, but it didn't matter because the Wall Hawk defense was too tough.
Yep. Tell you, it's they're rocking the icy whites tonight. They're the kids from Wall America. So, a little meant to do on that one there. So, yeah. So we'll see what kind of happens with the Wall Hawks Mason Punchers. These two teams, some of the most blue collar teams in West Texas. They love to run the football. Extremely physical teams. So it's Houston guy. Taking on Michael McLeod, the young head coach there from the Mason Punchers, former Angelo State Ram once upon a time. So we'll kind of see what happens and how that game develops here coming up later in the show. All right, so Trammell, I think we're about ready for that ticker. If you want to just get that thing cranked up there. And we'll kind of get that ticker going, courtesy of Diersky and Diersky Real Estate, Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. Heck, if you're looking for the scores tonight, check out the ticker here below. We'll get that ready.
In the meantime, Manny, I think we got some action to get to in San Angelo Stadium. I know a lot of people are looking out for this Lakeview game. You know, Lakeview's playing on Snyder. That's a game that is definitely winnable for the Lakeview Chiefs. But right here, it's not really going to happen.
What do we got?
So, Snyder's knocking on the red zone right here. 7-7, though, with just a little handoff, jump in the end zone, and that's a touchdown for them Tigers.
So what does that make that score there, Trammell?
At that point, this is going to make it 14-7. But don't worry, guys. The Chiefs are still in this. There's plenty of time left. Second quarter.
Okie doke. 14-7 there from San Angelo Stadium. Courtesy of Michael Board. We got boots on the ground.
Touchdown, Tigers.
Bring you the goods from San Angelo Stadium, so we'll see how this one kind of turns out. I tell you, the Chiefs making a ball game of this one here, folks. If you look at kind of what they did earlier this season against La Mesa, it was a tough outing, kind of sloppy. They just couldn't get out of their own way. And last week, Snyder took on those very same La Mesa Golden Tornadoes, had their way with them. Today, well, Snyder giving us Lakeview giving us a ball game against these Snyder Tigers, keeping it very honest. And hey, Trammell, if you want to tell Joe Hyde, iris up on that video there, so we can take a better look at this game. All right. So
I do have a good look. We have people in WT. You know, we're watching Amarillo Tascosa and Central, and guys, it's not looking pretty early. I'd rather just show you the tape than talk about it.
All right, what do we got, Trammell?
So Amarillo Tascosa is driving there on the 5-yard line. They're just doing their thing. It's just a triple option, and it's a quarterback keeper. They're going to get all the way in for the touchdown. Let's just check it out one more time. Running back, he shifts out. Quarterback keeper all the way, and that's going to make it 27-7, Manny. Not looking good for the Bobcats.
No, not at all. Man, so I guess we'll kind of wait and gosh, what was that? 21-7, Trammell, you said?
Yeah, 27-7 now.
27-7. It is getting pretty tough already for the Bobcats. Early goings there at Buffalo Stadium. I think that's what they're calling it. So they're on the campus of West Texas A&M. They're in Canyon, Texas. All right, so we'll see if the Bobcats have an answer. These guys, you would think at this point, field goals, you got to toss that out.
No, we're touchdowns. Nothing.
Touchdowns
at this
from
point,
here.
the punter and the kicker do not exist. You're down 27-7. As much time as there is, there's not a lot of time, Manny.
All righty. Yeah, you would think these guys got to start playing with a little bit of urgency if they want to start making something happen. These moves got to happen sooner or later at this point. So we'll see what kind of happens with the Bobcats down the stretch of this one here. Let's see. All right, so also from Tascosa, it is 26-7. Jim Ned. No. I'm sorry. It is 14-0. I'm sorry. I'm getting two games mixed up. 14-0.
Tascosa and Tuscola, man.
I know
those are two tough ones,
they're getting intertwined there. So, let's see. So it is 14-0. Jim Ned leading Cisco with about $1.43 in the first quarter. In fact, Trammell, if you want to go to that game there, we can take a look at that, courtesy of AFCO Steel.
Yeah, not much of a highlight here, but we do have boots on the ground, so you got to respect it. It's just a little run-in right there.
Doesn't look like much, but it certainly is a big score for them because it's 14-0.
14-0.
And, it's, gosh, you would think it's not over. I'm going to say this. The Cisco Lobos, these guys got some fight in them.
They beat the Wall Hawks, and I tell you what, if Jim Ned runs these guys out of the water, I think it's going to be a hard time when district comes around for them.
Yeah, well, Cisco, this is a team that, they beat, like you said, they beat the Wall Hawks in double overtime. So that game was extremely, extremely exciting, to say the least. The Wall Hawks just could not corral the Lobos down the stretch of that game. So, it's high school football early on in the season. We're still in the month of September as this thing is just kind of cruises along. So, we'll kind of see how these teams develop later on down the stretch there. So, all right.
Man, do you want to run some scores?
What do we got? Do we have some scores?
I think we do have some scores.
Yeah? All right. Well, let's 1 second here. Let's get that ready. Let's get that going there. All right. So, scores courtesy of Deersky and Deersky. How about it, Trammell?
Hey, remember this is Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. I promise you, if you're looking for a home or want to sell yours, these are the guys to do it. Look, we got scores all across West Texas. Remember, if you want to check them out, go to www.sanangelolive.com/scores. Here we go. Highland Park, Rockwall, 7-7. It's the first quarter score. Hico Junction, Hico's up 16-7 in that one. Oh, Cristobal, Roscoe, Manny, your Cougs, they're barely up. Second quarter, 14-12. What you think?
I like it.
All right, Stephenville versus Abilene Wiley. What a battle right here. Yellow Jackets and Bulldogs, 3-0 for those Stephenville. Rankin versus Lakey. What a score in the second quarter. 40-28 as Rankin's up right now. Odessa versus Wichita Falls Rider. Odessa 21-7. Manny, Little Southwest Conference getting a dub 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, not too bad.
Big time for them. Denton Geyer versus Humble. Oh, man. Manny, you're going to have to help me with that one.
Atascocita.
Atascocita.
Yeah, that is down in the Houston area.
All right, well, Denton Geyer's up 14-7 second quarter. Amarillo Tascosa, San Angelo Central. We've been bringing you highlights all night long. 26-7. Amarillo Tascosa's up in that one. Okay, Lakeview versus Snyder. This is San Angelo Stadium. If you're not there, you got to be here. 14-7. Snyder's up in that one. Canyon Randall versus Pampa. Canyon's up 7-0. Jim Ned, Cisco. We got boots on the ground there. We've been showing you highlights all night. 14-0. Jim Ned. Lubbock versus Levelland. Lubbock High 21, Levelland 0, but there is still time for them Lobos. Shout out to Alma Mater. Hope they can get that going. Mason versus Wall. Wall scored. They're on the board 7-0. We should get some highlights from that one pretty quick. South Lake Carroll versus Arlington Martin 10-7. South Lake Carroll is up in that one, Manny. Any big predictions?
Man, I sure do. I like Martin to kind of pull off an upset tonight.
All right, well, it could definitely happen. Justin Northwest versus Abilene Cooper. Abilene Cooper, they beat the whole entire Abilene, everyone. Like, they're the best team in Abilene. But they are down 19-0 second quarter. Burleson versus Aledo. Aledo 28, Burleson nothing in that one. Midland Legacy's up, Manny, to 22-0. putting it on Arlington Bowie in the second quarter. In that one, Andrews versus Seminole, 14-0 first quarter score. Bernie and Sweetwater, that one is not as close as I figured it'd be. 24-14 as Bernie's up in the second quarter. Reagan County's only up 7-0 versus San Angelo TLCA. Hopefully those Eagles out there can get it done and make a comeback. Anson and Hamlin, we'll have some scores from that later. Argyle, Waco, La Vega. Argyle up by 3. Sterling City, Borden County. Manny, check that one out right there. 52-0. Sterling City is the real deal.
All right, Trammell, it looks like we are kind of off the screen there. So what happened there? Let's see.
Here, you just come back to me.
Cool.
So these are brought to you by Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. Go ahead and check them out at www.sanangelolive.com/scores.
All righty. Thank you, Matt Trammell there. I tell you, let's see. Oh. All right, let's get that back going there. All right, so plenty of good stuff. Trammell, I tell you, on the ticker, it is, if you can tell that, to not hibernate, not to sleep, and that will prevent that from doing there. So, hey, a lot of good games going on tonight. We're seeing the Wallhawks getting on the board. First, it was Dominic Garcia, 7-yard touchdown. Extra point good, 7-0 Wall. About 25 seconds left there in the first quarter. So we'll kind of see what kind of going on there. In fact, I think we're gonna maybe try and bring you a little bit of that action. Let's see if we can. Let's see. All right, well, let's check it out. All right, here is Dominic Garcia, kind of bringing you the goods. 7-yard touchdown for the Wallhawks. One more time, and this is 7-0 Wall as the kids from the east end of Tom Green County. Yeah, reaching in over the goal line, touchdown Hawks. All right, thank you, James Bellini. Our boots on the ground there in Mason, Texas. We'll see how that one kind of shakes out for the rest of the evening. Trammell, I do see that we also maybe have some Snyder. Tell you what, I'll take care of that one.
I think we need to check out a little bit of these Central Bobcats right here. Manny. We haven't seen any of the Central offensive highlights so far, but that's probably because there hasn't been any. Unfortunately, I'm going to show you one, but just like the rest of them, they're not as pretty as the ones that we wanted to show you.
All right, what do we got, Trammell?
So, just a oh, man. I'll have to back it up. Sorry, our graphic kind of threw me. So here it is. So just a little try to read option there, but it's going to be a fumble all the way. As that does not look good for the Bobcats. Look at that, Manny.
Ouch.
Just a read option, gone wrong, and a fumble on the play.
All righty. Well, okie doke. To the Trammell desk we go, courtesy of Berkshire Hathaway. Trammell, is this? Are you ready to wave the white flag? Or are you waiting to maybe see what the Bobcats can do?
At this point, I think we were all kind of right in this to say that this is probably not going to be the night for the Bobcats. Unfortunately, I don't think this is a bad football team. I just think that they're just probably a little too outmatched for this team.
Yeah, could be so. Alrighty, thank you, Matt. Our highlight Bobcats look in courtesy of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services there. So we'll kind of we'll periodically check in on the Bobcats and see what's kind of going on with them. Alrighty, let's see. What do we got here? Hey, Trammell, we do have update from Wink with the El Dorado Eagles. And if you want to, are we ready to go to something else?
Yeah, I have something pulled up. So just to finish the thought of the Central Bobcats, we went ahead and we saw the fumble that happened. They drove down the field, and this is the result of the fumble. As we want to check it out right here.
Okay, let's see. Courtesy of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. What do we got, Trammell?
So just like it always is, man, it's just a triple option, but he gets blockers in front of him, and that's another touchdown by that quarterback. As they're going to go down really big.
Yeah, I believe it is now 32-7 Tascosa with about 3:50 left in the second quarter.
Not good.
Ouch, man. All right, so we'll continue to kind of bring you that action there. Trammell, is this Is this surprising at this point?
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the Bobcats. Maybe I got too high on them whenever they won their first couple games. I don't know. I thought they were a better team than this. I saw that Midland Legacy barely hung on with them, and I've known because I'm from that area that Tascosa is a good football team. But I thought a little higher of the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of with you on that one. I think just this week it's a tough team. I mean, Tascosa is a good football team. They're not ranked in the state of Texas for nothing. So, I mean, it's not. These aren't cakewalk type games for the Bobcats. That's
definitely
for sure.
not. Well, another not cakewalk team. That's a little wall hawk action. They're not a cakewalk. They're not going to be as good as they were this year, but they're not a cakewalk. And then they're going to show it right here in this highlight. They're playing the Mason Punchers. They're up 7-0 right now, and I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but for the Wall Hawks, that's all they need. Let's check it out.
All righty, let's roll the tape there, Trammell. What do we got? Is this a Dominic Garcia touchdown here?
And it appears to be so. Just like what we saw with Tascosa, just a little triple option. Give it to the man. Let him rumble. Let him get in there. That's a touchdown.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, that is that ticker over there that is timing out on that screen. All right, so good. Well, if you're a Wall Hawks fan, I'm hoping that the Hawks can prove us wrong tonight because a lot of us here at San Angelo Live picked the Mason Punchers to win. Of course, it's still early on in the game. We're talking, I think that the first quarter is just coming to a close. If you're just watching with us tonight or just tuning in here on COVER1 Live here on SanAngeloLive.com. In fact, Trammell, I'll bring that back up if you, boom, there we go. All right, so it is the night's still young. We still have plenty of games to go through for the San Angelo Central Bobcats. It is 32-7, Amarillo Tascosa leading the Angry Orange right now. So, wow, I'm not sure what happens with the Bobcats tonight. Last week they kind of got in the same predicament against Austin Vandegrift. It was just one of those weeks. It appears this week it may be the same thing. So hopefully not. Fingers crossed. Hopefully the Bobcats can kind of get something going.
Well, Manny, I mean, they got to turn it around right now. I said that 30 minutes ago, but now it's even worse. I don't think that we're going to be seeing a lot of action going down the stretch of this one.
Yeah. You think so, Trammell?
I think that's going to be a long one night for a Bobcat fan.
Gosh.
I can't wait to get Ryan Chadwick on the phone to hear him so mad.
I can't imagine that he will be the least bit pleased with what the Bobcats are doing right now. Man, it's tough. And I hate to say what could happen with Midland Legacy and these guys. Speaking of Midland Legacy, Trammell, if you want to check the email there, and because I want to say that we may have an update from Grande Communication Stadium, but with the way Legacy's playing right now, I mean, they should have won last week against Arlington Martin. That's a very good football team over there in the Dallas Metroplex, and they almost came away with a big win against them. It's going to be tough to see what the Bobcats can do the rest of the way, certainly when they enter, Little Southwest Conference play. I mean, Abilene High, they may be kind of a team that's struggling, if you will. But whenever those two teams get together, certainly they're at the historic Shotwell Stadium. You never know what can happen because crazy things happen at Shotwell Stadium when the Bobcats and the Eagles, the Warbirds, get together. So we'll see what happens. Looks like it is halftime from San Angelo Stadium. It is 21-7, Snyder leading the Lakeview Chiefs. So we've kind of showed you a few highlights of that game. It's the scores. It's not a whole lot of excitement, but there's something going on. The Chiefs still in this ball game, so
definitely
not ready to rule them out from their first win of the season.
Well, I mean, of course, like the last couple nights, the last couple weekends, Manny, This team has been, right in every single ball game, and what kills them every week? Themselves.
Yeah.
They never get beat. They beat themselves. So if they can just figure out a way to just turn some things around in halftime, maybe, just go down and have some good drives, don't turn the ball over, I think maybe the Chiefs can just turn around and get this game.
Yeah, why not? I think this is the week, and it would be a great week for them to do this because, it's Snyder. They're probably coming in as the heavy favorites. We'll go ahead and say it just because of how they won last week against Lamesa and how Lamesa was able to kind of take down the Chiefs and down the stretch of their game, in week 1. So hopefully the Chiefs can manage to pull this one out tonight.
They got to get one eventually, Manny.
Yeah, it's bound to happen.
Hey, but what team that has already gotten 1 and has gotten 2 and has gotten 3 and has gotten maybe 4 and gonna get maybe at 5?
Who that?
Well, maybe that's the Midland Legacy Rebels.
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
I got something pulled up right here. Let's just go ahead and check it out.
All righty, here we go. Midland Legacy. Let's go out to Grande Communication Stadium. Roll the tape, Trammell.
Dude, look at this dime right here. He just drops back in the pocket, reads the defense, finds the open man. The guy just gets beat, and a little pass interference even. Gets through it and makes the play. It's touchdown.
Too shabby there.
Dabbing up the trainer on the way out the door.
What do we got as a score from there, Trammell?
I'll have to give you an update here in a second with the Deersky Realty scoreboard.
Okay, Matt Trammell bringing us the goods there from Grande Communications Stadium. Isaiah Galvan bringing us.
Shout out to Isaiah, always bringing us the best out.
I know, this dude always killing it, so we'll catch up with him. In fact, Isaiah, he is a one-time. Now, before they transitioned to Legacy, he was a Midland Lee Rebel, so he has the inside scoop of what's going on with these guys, and I know he's extremely proud of those guys and certainly how they're playing this season. Looking good so far against Arlington Bowie. Bowie, I believe, in the same district as Arlington Martin, so they're seeing some of these teams that they could see down the stretch in the playoffs. So could be fun to watch as things evolve for the Midland Legacy Rebels.
Manny, I just found something funny. If you look in the text, it says our boots on the ground down there in WT at the Bobcats stadium or the Bobcats game. The announcer supposedly keeps calling the Bobcats the Bulldogs.
Does he really?
Yeesh. Not a good night to be a Bobcat.
No respect?
No respect, I guess. Doesn't make any sense.
Goodness gracious. All right. So the Bobcats, not the Bulldogs.
Not the Bulldogs.
They're in Canyon against Amarillo Tascosa, so we'll kind of see how that one shakes out there. Trammell, I see you're perhaps dialing up another highlight.
Definitely. So we said we'd be at the Puncher Dome, and what we do, we're going to be at the Puncher.
Yep.
So the Wall Hawks are really putting it on them. I knew this team was just going to be an easy pick this week, and I'll just show you why. We had a touchdown from another guy earlier, but this is someone completely different. This is how the Hawks beat you. They beat you in 5 different ways.
Wow. Is that another Dominic Garcia touchdown? It is. This dude just a one-man wrecking crew.
Answer your fullback, go score. Easy.
Why not? 24-yard touchdown from Dominic Garcia. Makes it 14-0 Wall. About 5:16 to go in the half. So, I mean, this one looks like it's just going to be a game played in the trenches. So
like it always is. It's that mean, it's Wall versus Mason. I mean, this is classic. Wall versus Mason is just a huge rivalry, probably one of the biggest in Texas.
Yeah. All right, so 14-0 there. If this was probably 28-0, 35-0, I'd say this game's over. But far from that, Michael McLeod, former classmate of mine at Angelo State, class 2008. I don't think his Mason Punchers are ready to wave the white flag anytime soon. So we'll kind of see how that one shakes out for the rest of the night. 14-0 Wall leading the Mason Punchers there at the historic Puncher Dome. Trammell, I know we still have some El Dorado highlights to get to. If you want to check in on that, El Dorado, it's 8-0 there in Wink. The end of the first quarter as the 10th ranked El Dorado Eagles lead the Wink Wildcats 8-0 there.
Right, we saw that only score in the ball game.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
But check this out.
All right,
So
we'll kind of check in on that one here in just a bit.
I got to go in, bro. I got to go.
What you got?
So this is just right before the end of the quarter. This is the El Dorado defense. It's just as good as their offense. Wink trying to hold the ball, and they said, heck no.
Oh, man.
Let's go.
So we'll just run it back. Look at it. Just get the line, get the defensive line, get your leverage, move off of them, find the football, and get on top of it. And if you're that defensive end, you just run the heel line. Boom, run the heel line. Oh, God.
Okie doke. Let's see. We'll come back to that one here momentarily. See what happens with that game there. All right, so 8-0 Wink, or I'm sorry, 8-0 El Dorado as they lead the Wink Wildcats. They're in way West Texas. So big game, big matchup there. Wink, they started the season state ranked, so until they came across my hometown, Cristobal Cougs. So it's should be a fun and interesting night to see how that one kind of shakes out down the stretch. All right. I know there is a lightning delay. Isaiah Garza saying lightning
Out
delay.
in Midland?
Yeah. So we saw that with Odessa Permian because we haven't seen any Permian Mesquite Poteet highlights from historic Ratliff Stadium. Lightning delay there at Grande Communication Stadiums, at least 2 strikes. So we'll kind of see how this one, see if they actually get to play on this. I know the non-district season is wrapping up, so we could see, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think if we're talking lightning strikes, a lot of these teams may not be in much of a hurry to finish too thrilled to, finish these games. Certainly if they're weather delayed, lightning delayed. So we're gonna tell our guys to stay put and see what happens there in the Permian Basin. Trammell, I see something there coming across the screen, maybe a little Bobcat action. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. Hey, so the best player on the Bobcats is definitely QB1. It's Mr. Tyler Wells. I mean, come on. If there's anyone who is the best player on that Bobcat football team, Tyler Hill. Sorry about that. All right, so we had to pull it up, so here it is. So just like I said, the best player on the Bobcat football team is Tyler Hill. He looks and he can't find anybody. It doesn't matter. He makes his feet happen. He has blockers and receivers who are willing to block, and it's going to get him all the way down to the 1-yard line. We'll let you know when they score, so stay tuned.
Alrighty, Matt Trammell bringing us the goods there. Courtesy of Berkshire Hathaway.
22 seconds left in the second quarter.
Ooh, okay, so maybe the Bobcats can get a little momentum heading into the heading into the break. So hopefully we have an update from that one, courtesy of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. They're bringing us the action from Canyon, Texas tonight with the Central Bobcats. All right, so looks like we do have we're waiting on a few other things. It looks like Matt Trammell's ready to go.
Let's just go ahead. It's like I said, 22 seconds before halftime, so we might as well just go ahead and check out the last play before the half. Will the Bobcats score? Let's check it out. Tyler Hill takes it. He fakes a handoff, dumps it out to the right, and does not get in. He's tackled on the 1-yard line. Into the half.
Yikes. Say it ain't so. My goodness. So it's going to be 32-7. Amarillo Tascosa. Yikes. So this week, not the greatest week for the Central Bobcats. They're down by double digits in Canyon, Texas, in the Panhandle of Texas. So we'll kind of see how this one transpires the rest of the night.
Is that ticker going?
Let's see. It will.
See if it goes right there.
Let's see. We'll see what kind of that does there. No.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
All right. So, some things happening tonight. I know we're seeing some close games. I know we'll check in on the scoreboard here, courtesy of Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. Trammell, am I ready to take the ticker again?
Give me 1 second.
All right.
Yeah,
so
you can. You can take it. Yeah,
We'll take the ticker here. Yep. So, you want to hit refresh on that?
Go ahead.
And all right, so. Trammell, why don't we take a look at some scores as we await some highlights? Looks like there's a little lightning delay out in the Permian Basin, so we'll see if Permian and Midland Legacy actually get to get back on the field and see what they're made of. Both teams looking to kind of climb back into the driver's seat, so to speak, in the win column. So we'll see how that one shakes out. All right, let's take a look at the Deersky and Deersky scoreboard tonight.
All right,
friends there.
Let's do it. The real estate professional of Texas, Manny. You already said it. Deersky and Deersky Realtors. This is the scoreboard brought to you by San Angelo Live. This is San Angelo Live scoreboard. Sorry. Go to sanangelolive.com/scores. Brownwood versus Burnett. We got a 7-10 ball game. Brownwood's down, but it's still the second quarter. Goldthwaite and Florence. Florence 7, Goldthwaite 0. Highland Park, Rockwall. 21-14. Rockwall's up in that one in the second quarter. Cross Plains versus De Leon. That's 0-0 game at halftime. Manny, halftime 0-0. Is this Texas high school football? Stephenville versus Abilene Wiley, 10-7. Stephenville's up in that one, as that one is just going down, man. They're playing some tough ball game up there. Wichita Falls Rider versus Odessa. Halftime score 28-26. But remember, we saw Odessa up big in the early going. Miles versus Mundy, 13-6. Miles is up in that one. Denton Guy versus Humboldt Atascocita, tied right now, 14s at halftime. Plainview versus Dumas, 33-7. Dumas is up in that one. Albany Haskell, 34-0. Albany. Canyon Randall versus Pampa. Canyon Randall 14, Pampa 7. Hamilton versus Bangs, 54-14. Hamilton's up in that one. Oh man, Lubbock High is putting it on level head, man. 38-0. Manny, as my alma mater is just going down hard in that one. Amarillo High versus Friendship, 21-7. Manny, what do you think? This is a little Southwest Conference team.
Wow. Well, with Friendship, I mean, the Bobcats will see them in the next few weeks. I don't know.
Good sign.
It could be a good sign that the Bobcats perhaps get a win against them.
All right, Coleman, Grape Creek. Coleman 49, Grape Creek nothing. After the win last week, they aren't going to be able to do 2-0. 49-0 look a little too far down there. Grand Prairie versus Abilene High. Abilene High 28-7. That's halftime score. Sonora Alpine. Sonora's winning this one, Manny. 21-7. Good look for the Broncos
Bronco
out
Nation,
there.
Baby.
South Lake Carroll versus Arlington Martin. South Lake Carroll 17, Arlington Martin 7. Justin Northwest versus Abilene Cooper. 19-0. Cooper, after beating everyone in Abilene, can't get it done versus Justin Northwest. 19-0, but it's only halftime. Alito versus Burleson, 28-7. Another halftime score. Crane versus Kermit, 27-6. That was in the first quarter. There's probably going to be some more highlights coming up in that one. Andrews versus Seminole, 28-0. First quarter score. Bernie's beating Sweetwater at halftime, 38-0.
38-14 in that one.
Oh, I'm sorry, 38-14. Thank you, Manny. Thanks for the check on that one. 0-0. Garden City Eden. That's the second quarter score. We'll probably get an extra update on that. There's no way.
Oh yeah, Garden City's too good. We saw them go toe-to-toe with the state champs, Sterling City, earlier.
Definitely. So Shallow Water Childress 14-12, second quarter score. Sudan Stamford are tied at 6s. Hico versus Junction. Hico 16, Junction 7. Roscoe and Cristoval. Manny, your Cougs. What do you think?
I don't like it, but I think they're within striking distance. They're at the half. I'm not getting crazy out of control. I think they can.
Striking distance at the half, 20-14.
I like it. Yeah,
maybe. Hey, they get the ball at half. Maybe.
There we go.
All right, Rankin versus Lakey. Rankin 40, Lakey 28. Lakeview versus Snyder. The Tigers are up 21-7 there at San Angelo Stadium. If you're not there, make sure you're watching us live. Wall versus Mason 14-0, and Wall, they're in the Puncher Dome, so they know that place very, very well. Their fathers probably played in it. All right, Amarillo Tascosa, San Angelo Central, 32-7. Manny would come to me. Sorry about that.
There we go.
32-7. Amarillo Tascosa is up in that one. That's a halftime score. TLCA versus Reagan County. TLCA, San Angelo TLCA. Come on, man. You're right there, right there. Just keep on going. 20-6. Waco La Vega versus Argyle, 7-3. Argyle is down in that one. DeSoto versus Duncanville. Duncanville is losing, Manny. 7-0, but that was the first quarter score. Owl Park 6-0 on Brock. That's the second quarter score. We got these plus many, many more on the www.sanangelolive.com/scores. This has been the Deersky and Deersky Realtors scoreboard, the real estate professionals of Texas.
Whether it's a handyman's dream, a dream home, or perhaps a home on the range, Deersky and Deersky can help you find or sell your next home. After all, everything we touch turns to sold. Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas.
All right, our scores presented by Deersky and Deersky, the real estate professionals of Texas. Thank you so much to them, as well as to Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, La Esperanza Clinics, Nukes Eatery, WW AFCO Steel. Some great sponsors here tonight, bringing you the action all across West Texas. A lot of these games kind of getting into the half. I know we do have. Let's see. I know we're waiting on some highlights there from El Dorado Wink, and I know with the El Dorado Eagles, their quarterback Corbin Covarrubias named the Ford Built Tough the player of the week. In fact, I'm going to bring you this one right here, Trammell. What do you say? This is speaking of Corbin Covarrubias. This kid is, I tell you what, he is fun to watch. Before we get ready to kind of bring you that there, let's see. All right, so we'll get you hooked up here in just a few moments. Let's see. Go into that. Go in there. All righty. So, Corbin Covarrubias bringing his Eagles to the line. And look at that. Just going in between the tackles.
Dang,
Corbin, my man.
Manny.
Yeah.
That kid's just a straight baller. He's been doing it all season long, and he's probably going to just keep on doing it.
Yeah, why not? So there was 8-8 at this point right here. Corbin saying, yeah, no flex, zone. With about 9:08 to go in the first half. Man, El Dorado making it a pretty darn good football game there, Corbin Covarrubias. So we'll kind of see how that one shakes out. El Dorado taking the lead in this game tonight so far. So, man, you can't, you gotta love that, and what we're seeing tonight from the El Dorado Eagles. So, of course, we'll see what happens with these Cristobal Cougars, my hometown Cougs, taking on the Roscoe Plowboys. This once upon a time, if you're an old Cristobal alum like yours truly right here, you saw this matchup first round of the playoffs. In fact, we got a dose of it back in the early 2000s, 2000, 2001, 2002, 3 straight years, falling all 3 times to the Roscoe Plowboys. Once in Abilene, 2 in Sweetwater. Not a whole lot of fun, but heck, the Cougs have had a little bit more luck with the Plowboys as of late, so we'll kind of see what happens with these guys down the stretch there. Trammell, are you ready to go back?
Dude, I got this ticker thing working like a dang charm, Manny. I'm telling you what.
Look at that. Yeah, you do.
It looks beautiful.
We got any highlights, Trammell?
Yeah, let me get some pulled up really fast.
All right, so we'll see where Trammell kind of can catch us up tonight. I know we are seeing there are some highlights from Wall and Mason. And of course, we'll also bring you some more action from Gymned and Cisco. If you know anything about this matchup here, this is pretty darn good because Gymned, defending Class 3A Division I state champion, Cisco, a state champion removed from just a few years back, in a team that's state ranked in Class 2A Division I. So the writing's on the wall between both teams to make this a good football game.
Manny, well, I'm going to show you 2 clips. So I'll show you one. You come back to me. I'll show you the next one. Sound good?
What you got here, Trammell?
All right,
what
so
are
we got a
ready
little
for?
wall defense, and that's what people in wall really like to see. It's not really the offense they love, it's the defense. But not in the first play, nonetheless. So here we go. Quarterback, he rolls out to the left, comes back to the right, makes one miss, still can get the ball off, and that's going to be a catch for the punchers.
That looks like a little backyard football there.
I know. This is exactly what these guys have been doing since flag football. Wall versus Mason. They've been playing each other for years. The backyard football action, and that's the first play I got. Now, if you go and you look at the next play, it's going to be the complete opposite. It's still backyard football, but it goes in favor for the Wall Hawks. So the quarterback gets the ball. He looks. This time he's just going to roll to the left all the way. And what a play by that quarterback. He's making the diving catch right there. And look. All right, hold on. Can we just pause? First of all, look at this cat. This cat right here. This running back makes a heck of a block. Look at this cut block. See you later, defensive end. Just watch him fly with his little chicken arms in the air. Look at that. Boom. Boom.
Man.
Lands on the ground, but nonetheless, cornerback right here jumps, makes a play, but the Mason Punchers are on the goal line. We'll give you an update and see if they score.
Trammell, I like where you're going with that. I like where your head's at. That looks like a lot of fun to watch there. So, courtesy of W&W AFCO Steel. Trammell, thank you so much for that there. We appreciate that. Our friends over at AFCO Steel highlights. So, I enjoyed the cut block. You don't see a whole lot of that. That's some grown man blocking right there.
I'll tell you what. Whenever I was a senior in high school, I played center my senior year in high school, and I was the smallest one by far. Not even close. Not even close. 200 pounds, right? Mm-hmm. I got the sticker every week and the hard hat every week for getting the most stickers because of one block, and that was the cut block. Anybody I saw, your knees, they're done. Sorry about you, buddy. Oh, you weigh 300 pounds? Well, it sucks to be your knees today, buddy. And that is exactly what you need, because all you need is that 1 second for your players to make a play, and there you go.
Yeah. Wow.
So stay tuned. We're going to have some more wall.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So a lot to look forward to tonight. We see a lot of these games kind of going into the half. If you're a Wall fan, this game got started at about 7:30, so about an hour in. They're closing in at the break. So, but if you see down at the bottom of your screen, we have the ticker going, so you can check in on your favorite team there, courtesy of Deersky and Deersky, our friends over there, the real estate professionals of Texas. Of course, look out tonight. We're still waiting for it. Our La Esperanza play of the game. La Esperanza, I tell you, these guys, well, we're not quite ready to get there yet. All right, so La Esperanza will check in on their play of the game coming up a little bit later tonight and see what that is about. We saw that cut block from Mason. Wow. What a block. You don't see a whole lot of that kind of football played just a whole lot of that football played in general. That's rough and tough kind of football if you're asking me. So that's good stuff there. We'll wait and kind of see how that one trickles out the rest of the way. But some big games coming up the rest of the way tonight, so we'll kind of check in on that. Meanwhile, let's check in with our good friends at La Esperanza here throughout the Concho Valley.
La Esperanza Chadburn Clinic is here to serve you, providing behavioral health services, adult primary health care, along with school and employment physicals, and so much more. La Esperanza Chadburn Clinic, located at 1610 South Chadburn, offers extended hours Monday through Thursday and Saturday clinic hours from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
All right. Big thanks to La Esperanza Clinics here in San Angelo. And I know they're going to have a mobile unit. I think they got one that's ready to go, cocked and loaded, ready to go, ready to help out all the many folks throughout San Angelo and the Concho Valley, the surrounding areas. That's what La Esperanza is all about. So thank you to them for being our player of the game, player of the night sponsor tonight. So we'll kind of see what happens in that. I know we got a lot of big things that are looking to happen tonight. So we'll kind of check in with those guys here after a while. So Trammell, I know you're taking a bite to eat. What do you got there tonight? I know
I got some Nuke's pizza, man. I'll tell you what. I had a it was pepperoni and sausage.
Yeah,
very good. I'll tell you what. No, so right now I'm working on getting my boy Chadwick because I really need to hear what he has to say about these Central Bobcats.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. So we'll see what's going on there. Hey, Nuke's Eatery, our proud sponsor, our pregame sponsor, kind of bringing us the goods tonight. With that there. So if you're looking for a caterer, you're looking just for a bite to eat, pregame, halftime, postgame eats, go check out our friends Nuke's Eatery. They're located next to the new HEB. They're on Sherwood Way here in San Angelo. So always good time repping with them, running with them throughout the season. All right, so
when Chadwick comes, we'll be able to hear him, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm working on getting him right now.
All right, so in fact, we are efforting also a Zoom call with Isaiah Garza. He is our kind of our Permian Basin correspondent. He's been with us with the Midland Christian Mustangs. He's been with us with the Big Spring Steers, Monahan's Lobos. He's kind of just been just a guy that just takes good care of us and watching good games out in the Permian Basin. So we'll see if he's available for a call with that one there. Trammell is
they're there. They're probably making all kinds of noises that God knows who can actually hear. Well, let's hope they're not saying anything about anyone bad. Oh, look at this guy. So let's talk to our Bobcat connoisseur, Mr. Ryan Chadwick. What's up, dog?
Go full screen.
What's going on, man?
Give me a second. Hold up. Give me a second. I'm working. Heard. All right, here we go. What's up, Ryan Chadwick? What's up, bro?
What's going on, Matt?
What's up, Ryan?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me on audio?
Yeah, definitely. What's up, bro?
Yeah. This game, it's something else, I'll tell you that.
Aren't you glad you went 5 hours to watch this game?
Yes, because I support my team no matter what.
All right, well, that's good to know. But first of all, what the heck is going on, dude? It's worse than last week.
The Bobcats are being stopped on offense.
Yes.
The defense is like a revolving door right now. And like with any good team that runs, that is good at running the triple option, they're just really hard to stop. Like we knew coming into this game that the Bobcats were going to struggle. This is the same team that almost beat Midland Lee. I would say that they would also be a good match for that Austin Vandegrift team that Central played last week. So not all this is surprising, but I did hope to see a bit better of an effort from the defense tonight, so it's a bit disappointing.
Are they outmanned?
The defense looks tired, yes. Like, they look tired. They've been on the field a lot tonight already.
What would you do, or what do you think that they can do to maybe change some stuff up? I mean, they got to change a little bit, right? You can't just go out and run the same thing. But 2 weeks in a row, getting your butt kicked like this, you got to maybe look at the drawing board.
It falls. Not all the problems fall on the defense right now. The offense has turned the ball over on downs, and they've put the ball on the turf, and they've failed to score. They've gotten inside the Rebel 30-yard line twice. It came away with no points. The half ran out on the Central offense, driving again, so they got no points. Like, this isn't all on the defense. Like, the offense needs to hold the ball, keep the ball, give their defense a chance to catch their breath. Otherwise, they're never going to get a stop.
When you talk about the turnover on downs, that's something like that's something that's on a coaching decision. Do you think that it was the right decision to end up going for that fourth down there?
Well, you had two options there. You either kick a 54-yard field goal with a high school kicker, or you try to convert a 4th and 9. So,
punt.
Like, I don't have a problem with the decision to go for it, but that's asking a lot. That's asking a whole lot out of a high school kicker.
Well, you could punt.
No, I mean from the other team's 36. No.
Well, then, all right. I'm just asking. I was just asking, Ryan Chadwick.
You're
the guy that's there, not me. Hey, all right.
Hey, Ryan, real quick. Sammy Navarrete, he was Mr. A.K.A. Bobby Boucher. How's he doing tonight? What have you seen from that Central running game? Have they been able to get any momentum from that end of the spectrum there?
The Central run game is virtually non-existent. Darius Floyd is back this week, and he actually has the nicest looking carries out of the two running backs. Tyler Hill has the two biggest runs. One of them actually was almost a touchdown right at the end of the first half. But all those Central success tonight's through the air.
So it's tough sledding for the Bobcats here at the break. It looks like deja vu from last week all over again. Do you think the Cats can? I mean, what do you think needs to? I mean, obviously, maybe a win, maybe a stretch tonight. But in terms of being able to get something that's, I guess, that comes out as a success tonight, what do you think that looks like for the Bobcats heading into the second half?
For tonight, I need to see the offense score more than once, and I need the defense to force a punt, force a turnover, something. Like, I need to see that some adjustments have been made, and I need to see some sort of progress, and that comes in the form of points or a stop from the defense.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's going to be a tough. I think we got to see something. I think if we see some form of life from the Bobcats tonight, at least in the second half, I think we'll be good. Chadwick, one last question. How good is this Tascosa team? I mean, these guys went toe-to-toe with Midland Legacy just a few weeks ago. It's a state-ranked team. How good is this team?
Their defense is actually very physical. They're very good at shutting the Bobcats' passing game down. Like their corners and safeties are locking up the receivers at the line. So I was actually very impressed by the Amarillo defense. But when it comes to their offense, it's just like any other good team that is really good at running the triple option. They're just hard to stop. It's one of the reasons why Wall's a playoff contender every year. Like, if you can run the triple option well, you are really hard to stop.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right, so the Bobcats, it's what, 32-7 there, Chadwick, at the half?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I guess we'll see you when it's 64-14, huh?
Nah, it's not going to be that bad.
All right, we'll see.
All right, thank you, Chadwick. We will see you at the end of this one. Thank you, sir. All right, Ryan Chadwick, they're bringing us the goods tonight with the Bobcats. Hopefully, I'm not sure if we can pull out a win against Amarillo Tascosa, but I think the Bobcats have enough to at least make it honest, interesting. They need these small wins, like Chadwick was saying. I think the defense needs to kind of bow up a little bit more. It might not be a bad idea to see some life from the running attack, but small wins, and I think that's what the Bobcats need in order to kind of walk away with, some feeling of success tonight. What do you think, Trammell?
Well, I think you're probably right, but I think they're going to need to go back to the drawing board, Manny. They got to figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
2 big weeks like this where you're going to play teams like you're going to be playing when you go into district. Right now, I don't feel comfortable to say that they would beat Odessa Permian.
No.
Ryan's like, okay, well, they run the triple option. It's so hard. You know who they're going to have to play, who's going to be second place in the district? Mm-hmm. Odessa Permian, who runs that same stuff. So they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. They're going to have to figure out some defensive players who can stop the run.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of defense, tonight, Lakeview Chiefs, what do you got from us from San Angelo Stadium?
I hope you're not talking about defense when we're talking about the Lakeview Chiefs, Manny, because unfortunately it does not look good as they're going to go down 28-7 right here just off a simple just zone read right here. Man up. Everyone just block somebody, get a yard, get the end zone.
As Tommy Davis, former head coach of the Cristobal Cougars, used to say, get a hat on somebody. That's what you got to do.
That's all they got.
Yeah. All right, Trammell, we're seeing, what's that, 28-7?
Yeah, 28-7 as the Lakeview Chiefs are down big in this one.
All right, so what kind of happens. We'll see what develops there. Michael Bullard there, boots on the ground.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to him as he's bringing us the highlights there from San Angelo Stadium. All right, well, folks, Trammell, I know if you want to check the text, we do have some highlights from El Dorado and Wink. Some good stuff going on there. So we'll kind of see how that. I believe it is. Last we checked, it was 15-8. I know the Eagles, they went up by a touchdown in that one. So I know it's still kind of early going in that one there. And right now, from Grande Communication Stadium. It is 29-0. Midland Legacy leading Arlington Bowie with about 2:53 to go in the first half. Still in a lightning delay. I think they delay it, after 2 strikes, about 30 minutes each. So Trammell, what do we got?
Well, we got a little highlight. You want to check out some El Dorado? I'll give you some El Dorado, but unfortunately, it may not be what you're looking for. As Wink's down here on the goal line, Manny, and that's just a straight quarterback draw. Give it to your quarterback, make him make a play, catches the ball, and just walks into the end zone on that one.
That doesn't look too good there, but with these guys, the El Dorado Eagles, I don't think they're ever out of a ball game. Certainly with a kid named Corbin Covarrubias in the mix. Yeah. All right. So
Bill Tough, Jim Bass Ford.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now it is 16-24. Come back. Looks like there may be a newer highlight coming up in that one, Trammell, as we kind of take a look at that one, and I believe it is 20.
Yeah, it looks like 16-24. Wink. It looks like El
Dorado's up 24-16.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you can take that over.
Yeah, bring up that last highlight, Trammell. Let's take a look at that one because it looks like the Eagles may have a little something there. Let's see. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, so this is actually going to be Wink who has the football in this last one. They got a spread offense. They got running back to the right. He's going to run it all the way. Just a little quarterback draw. And, man, just look how quick that guy is. Make 1, 2 miss. Get all the way down to about the 35-yard line. That's kind of what El Dorado's going against tonight. Just somebody who's going to make some plays really quick. Put your head down. Run fast, kid. Run fast.
Cannon Gibson, that is a QB1 for Wink. Kind of giving that El Dorado defense some fits tonight. So right now, 24-16, El Dorado leading the Wink Eagles. Still a very, very good ball game out in the way West Texas area of Wink, Texas. All right, thank you, Matt Trammell. Highlights courtesy tonight, WWAFCO Stadium. Appreciate it. All right, Trammell, if you can, let's see if we can get a Zoom call with Isaiah Garza. He is in, I know he's in, if you want to send him a Zoom link, we can kind of get him going on that. But I see that you have
perfect.
something.
But first.
But wait, there's more.
Unfortunately, there is more. We're still at San Angelo Stadium, and it's not looking good if you're a San Angelo and Lakeview Chiefs. They're going to try to make something happen with RPO, but it is a pick 6 all the way.
Oh, man.
Just tried the RPO. Didn't work exactly.
That's tough. One last time.
Pick 6. That's 35 seconds.
Pick 6. Highlights of the Lakeview Chiefs. Highlights of Concho Valley area teams, courtesy of WWAFCO Steel. Appreciate you guys. All right, we are now efforting a Zoom call with Isaiah Garza. He is our Midland Legacy correspondent tonight. Let's see. I'm going to tell him to look out for a Zoom link. Trammell, if you want to drop him the link in there.
Doing it.
Awesome. All right. So, hey, I know we talked a little bit about what's going on there in Wink in El Dorado. And let's see, I know there is another update. While Trammell is working on that one, I'm going to get this one ready for you folks. And let's see, we'll run it back. And if you like Corbin Covarrubias, well, this is another good one that you'll like with him because this kid is just rocking the Wink Wildcats tonight. And he's going to find his rodeo man, Cooper Metter. Look at this. Bombs away. Not too bad. Right there before that play, 24-16, El Dorado. Yeah, the Eldo fans loving that. One last look. Check out Corbin Covarrubias. This kid, I tell you, has an arm.
Dude, got a cannon. Showed it last week. Showing it again this week. Can the El Dorado Eagles end up pulling this one out, Manny?
Yeah, I think so. I like them a lot. I would be curious to see what Corbin could do on the baseball field from about right field.
Oh, yeah, gunner.
Yeah, I bet he's just like gunning kids out at the plate. Yeah, so that's making it very interesting there. Good things going on for the El Dorado Eagles, courtesy of WNW AFCO Steel. Thank you so much to our El Dorado fans who are hooking us up tonight from that game there. All right, so let's see. Looks like Isaiah's ready. Hey, have you you want to send him and just drop a link?
Yeah, I've done that.
He is. Did you put in? How did you send it to him?
The group?
Oh no. Put it. There's a text in there in the text stream.
Oh, I got it.
All right, so big things happening with El Dorado and Wink. I'm gonna ask what's that updated score. What's the updated score from that? You know, folks, this is we are live here in studio. Our highlights maybe just slightly delayed, but we're communicating with boots on the ground from all over West Texas, bringing you the goods, and we're communicating just within just like that. So we'll see what happens with a lot of these guys here. Is he not responding, Trammell?
I don't see it. No, I just don't see where I'm supposed to send it.
You not see his name in that text string? Okay. Tell you what, put it in the group chat, and I'll take it from there.
I put it in the group.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So, hey, Trammell, let's see. I don't want to do that.
So 32-16, Eagles are up with 1 minute and 13 left in the second quarter, Manny.
Okay.
Dude, the El Dorado Eagles are putting it on Wink right now. That's what we like to see. 32-16, that's a pretty big score at halftime. I mean, El Dorado's for real this year. I feel bad of any team that thinks they're just going to go in there and walk all over this. They got a quarterback that can throw this ball. Let me tell you. And they got some playmakers that can catch it on the other end.
Yeah, that's for sure. Cooper Metter, that kid, watched him 2 years ago against Winners. I believe when they played Haskell there. He made a fantastic catch, and I believe it was our play of the night then. Doesn't look like much has changed. Cooper Metter is just a kid that's just a man on a mission each week. I know he's a big-time target for Corbin Covarrubias, so should be fun to watch to see what he does the rest of the night with the El Dorado Eagles, and we'll see if Corbin can find his boy Cooper Metter there. So big things going on with the El Dorado Eagles tonight, so we'll kind of see how that kind of shakes out down the stretch there. All right, didn't mean to do that, Trammell. Let's come back to the desk. I'm sorry.
You want to do some scores?
Yeah, why not? All right. Let's see. Let's see. What do you say? Some scores here?
I'm down.
Okay. All right. So let's kind of get you ready for some scores for courtesy of Deersky and Deersky, the real estate professionals in Texas. Here we go.
All right, so DeSoto versus Duncanville. That's a good one, man. It's 14-14 in the second quarter. It's anyone's ball game. Brownwood versus Burnett. Brownwood came back. They were down. Now it's 10-10. It's halftime score. Highland Park versus Rockwell, 24-24. Man, remember last week we had nothing but blowouts. Tonight it is opposite.
Yeah,
we got close games everywhere
tonight.
We are. Denton Guyer versus Humboldt Atascocita. It's 14-all. That's another one. That's what I'm telling you. Snyder versus Lakeview, not as much. 35-7 as the Snyder Tigers are up big in that one. Dumas versus Plainview, 40-7. Dumas is up. Big Spring and Brownfield, that's 7-6, but there's a weather delay. But Big Spring's up against Brownfield. You don't hear that many years. Hermalay's beating Robert Lee. That one's actually done. It was ended 50-0. Pampa and Canyon Randall. Randall's up 21-7 against the Harvesters. Brock versus Iowa Park, 14-6. Brock, halftime score. Trent versus Paint Rock. Paint Rock's up in this one, Manny. 32-26. That's a Concho Valley highlight. South Lake Carroll's beating Arlington Martin 17-7. It's not even close as the third quarter is getting started. And with these big 6 days, that's hard to come back. 22-22. That's a tie ball game in Westbrook versus Water Valley in the second quarter game. Justin Northwest is beating Abilene Cooper 19-0. Start of the third quarter.
Hey, you want to know something about that one? Burleson, you remember that former Dallas Cowboy quarterback John Kitna?
Sure.
He is the head coach of the Burleson Elks there.
Well, they're just like the Cowboys. They're
Easy,
losing this one
Trammell.
28-14. Sorry, it's too easy. Too easy.
That was just an alley-oop, Trammell.
Yeah, Aledo 28, Burleson 14. Grand Falls Royalty versus Arion County. Dang, Manny, this Arion County football team, they're doing some big things. 61-6. That's their second year in play.
Yeah.
All right, Garden City Eden 36-0. Garden City's up at halftime. Remember when we saw it was 0-0, we said there's no way this could be true. Nope, 36-0. All right, Rotan versus Very Best 51-0. This one's final. Very Best lost in this one. Abernathy versus Post 21-7 halftime score. Antelopes up in that one. Ozona versus Menard. Ozona's up 44-0. Is that one probably is not going to get any closer than that?
No.
Brady versus Dublin. The Dr. Pepper's up 24-6. Holly versus Winners. Holly 47. Winners is down after they had to take a break last week due to some COVID issues. Hamlin versus Anson. Hamlin's down 14-7, second quarter score. Pilot Point and Gunner 49-6 as Gunner's up huge in that one. Llano and San Salva's playing. Llano's up 27-6. Second quarter. El Dorado's up. We've been showing you highlights. There's going to be more coming. 24-8. They're up against Wink.
Actually, that one 32-16. El Dorado, a $1.13 left in the first half.
All right, so about to end the second half. You heard the score there. McCamey versus Forsan tied at 20s. That's the second quarter score. Grady and Bront 32-12. Look at this six-man game. We got a little bit of action. We love it. We love it. Goldthwait versus Florence 7-0. And De Leon Cross Plains tied at halftime. Miles and Mundy 27-6. And there's many more on the San Angelo Live scoreboard. Go to sanangelolive.com/scores. Brought to you by Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas.
We know people in sales who tell their clients what they want to hear.
But at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Addresses Realtors, we're not driven by the end transaction. We want a lifelong relationship with our clients, which means sometimes we have to tell our clients what they need to hear. Our industry-leading team of real estate professionals is ready to help you find the home where you can enjoy life's biggest celebrations and smallest moments.
When you open the door to your first home or your forever home, we want to be there with you.
And while we may be a brand with international reach, we remain locally owned and committed to the San Angelo community.
Our company is built on the principles of trust, integrity, longevity, and stability.
At Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Addresses Realtors, we are honored to be your forever agents.
All right, Berkshire Hathaway are proud sponsors of Bobcat football tonight, bringing you the goods there. Hey, it's been just a tough outing for those guys tonight. But what hasn't been a tough outing has been for the Midland Legacy Rebels. Trammell, if you want to go full screen with our good friend Isaiah Garza, he is. We have a lightning delay over there. Isaiah, thank you so much for joining the broadcast tonight. I know it's always good to see you, my man, and you're in a little it's a little delay out there tonight. What you got?
Yes, sir. It's good to see you guys too, man. Yeah, so we've been in a lightning delay, I would say, for 30, 45 minutes, The game's already, pretty much out of hand. It's pretty bad right now, 29-0. Legacy is doing their thing. So I just got an alert saying it's another 30 minutes in the delay. So.
Oh, man. So we're probably seeing another one. We did see, speaking of good stuff, we did see McKylan Young take it in for a touchdown. I imagine this guy's just been running wild tonight. But then again, what's new? Tell me a little bit about Mr. 22 there.
Yes, sir. So MK or McKylan Young, yeah, man. He's just an extremely hardworking kid. And today, just like every other day, he's imposing his will on the defense. The O-line is, they're doing what they want to do. He's just making it look easy once again, with the help of those five guys up front.
Yeah, Manny, my question was more like, was there a lightning delay or was it just the Legacy offense? I thought that's really what shut this game down. Talk about that. Like, dude, has it just been lightning out there in a bottle?
Man, so there was a bomb late middle of the second quarter to Nate Suttle, wide receiver. And it just, that right there just goes to show you, MK probably has 3 touchdowns and then they have a bomb for, in the past. They're just doing what they want. I don't know if Bowie even has five first downs. So it's not a good game.
So you're from the leg now. You can't say you're from Lee. You're from the leg now. You're talking to some guys who rep San Angelo. Central's getting their butts whooped by Amarillo Tascosa right now. It's like 35-40 to 7. Midland Lee, they took it down to Tascosa, and it was close. Do you see that Lee and Central are even closely related to being the same kind of team? Roast it. You can roast us, too. I don't care. Give him your answer. Your honest thought.
Central's always a tough team. That's always going to be a tough outing regardless, but I genuinely think that Legacy is just slightly above the teams that's in this district. They just have that edge against all the teams in this district. It's not personal against you guys out there in San Angelo.
All right. Well, then I think you heard that he's ready to whoop on some mojo too. I think that was kind of what his point was.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, Isaiah, we will hang tight out there for just a little bit longer.
I just saw some lightning behind you.
Yeah,
so
we saw some strikes behind you. First of all, stay safe out there. Second of all, we're waiting to see if maybe there's some more lightning in a bottle from Kylan Young in that Rebel offense, because these guys just fun to watch, wouldn't you say?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Well, big week for them. They're on the rebound tour tonight against Arlington Bowie. Give us what the updated score there from Grande.
Can you repeat that last part?
What's the score?
Give us an updated score there from Grande.
29-0. There's 2:53 left in the second.
29-0. What's the chances that they just say we're good? It's lightning. We're good.
Honestly, that's what they should do. They got a long ride home back to Arlington.
Not too bad. All right, Isaiah, thank you so much. If there's any developments of this, we will sure to be checking in with you. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
All righty. There we are, Isaiah Garza, the man with the plan when it comes to Midland Legacy and those guys out there in the Permian Basin. So 29-0. My goodness. Legacy, the Legs, the Rebels, whatever you want to call them these days. These guys are for real. And if you're looking for a football team that's going to shake some things up this season, could be repping West Texas deep into the Texas high school football playoffs, it is these Legacy Rebels, Clint Hartman and these Legacy Rebels. I know we have a lot of games to get to, but I know we're going to kind of just re-rack those highlights. Trammell, we do have some developments from a few other games. I know Permian, they are back on the field despite what was going on there at Grande. Right now it's 28-7 Mojo off of a pick six there in that one. But I know, Trammell, you're watching a little bit of this Central football game.
Yeah, man, I'm working on getting you a highlight really quick, and it's going to be something you want to see, so just hang on tight.
Okay, so we'll hang tight with that one there. In the meantime, let's get you caught up with the Wallhawks and the Mason Punchers, because this one still, it's still a pretty good football game here to say the least. And let's take a look at it here. Let's see, courtesy of WW After Steel, bringing you the goods there from Mason, Texas, the Puncher Dome. And let's see, trying to make some sense of what's going on here. Mason taking the kick return, and look at this, taking it back to the
Manny.
house.
That's the scary stuff right there that you got to watch out for Wall this year. Not the most disciplined.
This is The thing is with kick returns, special teams, it's called staying in your lane. Goodness gracious. Ouch. So that is 14-7, I believe, from that one there in the Puncher Dome in Mason. So, man, that's just became a ball game there, folks. We're going to get you some details. So it's 14-7. That was the opening kickoff of the second half. So the Punchers not waving the white flag by any stretch of the imagination. We'll see what happens. And look at here. Working.
Hey, that's what we like to see, a little bit of fight. But you see that kid ragdoll that guy from Jim Ned? Oh, Lord, man. Watch him right here. Get on the ground.
Yeah, one more time in that one there. It's kind kind of a one-sided ball game there. We'll kind of see what happens down the stretch. So, good things coming from. Thank you, Caleb Price. Courtesy.
So, a little score update into the third quarter at Canyon.
What do we got, Trammell?
39-14. That's the end of the third quarter.
39-14.
So I think they're kind of running the clock. I think they're just ready to get home on this one.
Okay. Did any score updates?
39-14.
No. Do we have a highlight update that we can?
I don't think they score. I mean, I thought that was the score last time.
Okay. Yes, you were right on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought that was just the score last time we checked.
39-14.
I may be confused. Let me go back and check.
No, that sounds about right there. So we'll come back to the desk here. In the meantime, all right. Let's see. Before we kind of get you in with some other games around, we do have a halftime score from Wink, Texas. It is the El Dorado Eagles 40, Wink 22. So could be perhaps that the El Dorado Eagles are going to run away with this one. Hopefully, maybe a few more scores is enough to kind of seal this one up for the Eagles in this one here. So, big game. Well, I wouldn't call it a big game, but it's a game. You know, we talked earlier, Odessa Permian. They were supposed to play Stellar Academy out of California this week. It's homecoming night there at Ratliff Stadium. Well, Stellar Academy unable to make it to West Texas. So, they signed up Mesquite Poteet.
Where was that from? Is that California?
California, yeah. So they brought in Mesquite.
They probably had to be all vaccinated and mandated and masked up. So.
In California, that's kind of what they're doing. That's what the requirements are. But hey, a big game for the Mojo Panthers because they actually get to play tonight. Let's bring you a little action from there, courtesy of WW AFCO Steel. And let's see, Mesquite Poteet with the rock here, and Mojo. These guys, it's like, when are they not playing at home? They've only had one road game this entire season. And here, back at home against Mesquite Poteet.
Why play on the road when you can just play
look at that. A little interception. Could he take it back?
What's the score to that one, Manny? Do we have a score update?
Yeah, we do. If you check that group text. I know that is a pick six right there. Mojo showing off there. And, hey, we talked about big blocks. We talked about big blocks. Watch this one right here. You're going to see this guy, boom, from number 10. And 29 is headed to the house. Pick six, Oski.
Big time.
Yep. What was that score?
28-7.
28-7. Mojo up in this one there. Look at that sideline. Loving that. All right, courtesy of WW AFCO Steel. Thanks to my man Jacoby Swearington hooking us up there with the Mojo highlights there. All right. Hey, what else? We got anything new, Trammell?
We got a little update from Central. They're driving right now. They're in the red zone, so there should be something coming up pretty quick.
Okay. All righty, so we'll kind of see what happens there. Let's see. All right, so we kind of checked in with this Cisco-Mason football game tonight just a little bit earlier. We saw Cisco with the rock looking to make some sense of this drive. Let's kind of go back to this game here, and let's see. All right, let's take a look at it. Handoff here. Yikes. Ball on the carpet. Jim Ned with the rock. So Cisco on the move. Two state-ranked teams going head-to-head there in Taylor County. But, man, tough there for the Cisco Lobos. Hopefully they can get back on track and make it more of a ball game down the stretch. All right, Matt Trammell, what you got here? I see that you're waving me down.
We got a little Central football action. You know, we got the Bobcats. They may not be a good game, but it's still a game. And these scores last forever if you love memories. So let's just watch it. Just a handoff right there, Samuel Navarrete, and just put your head down, get over, crawl over your line, and that's a touchdown for the Bobcats.
All righty, so the Bobcats, they're still fighting. that's for sure. One last look at it, Trammell, or is it a little lagged on that?
It's rolling.
Okay.
It's just a little lag on it.
Okay. All right, so what is score? Give us a revisit that score there for us. Or the updated score, Trammell?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay. All righty, so we'll check in back with the
39-21.
39-21, so, hey, the Bobcats just kind of looking to keep it honest, so to speak. 39-21, about 10:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. So, I don't know, Trammell, you think the Cats got a fight left?
You want me to be nice for our audience, or I don't think so.
I think we got to be real with the audience. I know we don't have to be mean, but I think we can kind of be real. I know it's tough, man. It's tough.
But let's get to a better game. Let's get to a game that's got a little excitement in it. We're talking Wall. We're talking Mason.
Okay.
Mason's got the ball and they're driving. So in this first highlight, you'll see what's going on. So Booth fakes the handoff, or actually gives it to him, finds a hole, makes 2 miss, 3 miss, finally gets tackled on the third one, gets down all the way to the 3-yard line, Manny.
Wow.
Yeah, and then next play. We'll come back to it. Next play.
Yeah, go knocking on the door here.
Hands it off and keeps it himself. Gonna make some stuff happen. Throw the ball to the end zone. We're back out to
Let's yeah, we're gonna run that one back there. That one looks too fun. Man.
We were talking about backyard football earlier, man. This is exactly it. Throw it up. Let him go do his thing. Who cares if there's people in the backfield? Run away from them.
Look at that. That's a packed house there at the Pennsylvania. A sea of people. Good crowd there from both sides. I believe that's 14 all.
Maybe so.
WW Afro Steel. Good game there. Big game there. All right, so let's transition from one big game to another. Let's go back to Tuscola, and hey, we saw a turnover here, getting on the scoreboard at 14-0.
Just wide open.
I mean, if you're talking, just spend the time and roll out. There you go.
Hey, look, he's open.
One more time there, man. I tell you, these Gymnast Indians look super good. These guys look like they're just like one more time, comes to a full price.
Yeah, 21-0. That's a dub.
I don't know if the Lobos have what it takes to kind of get back to this one.
Still early, though. Of Cisco, Texas. Hey, we do have an update from San Angelo Stadium. So looks like, I'm not sure if you're a Lakeview fan, if you're ready to watch. Maybe we need to host an intervention, perhaps. No, if you're a Lakeview fan, you know what's going on already. I mean, this isn't your first rodeo, but looks like it's theirs. This one's pretty simple. Just a little power play. See the guard pull. Guard pulls, makes the hole. Touchdown.
Man.
You can watch it right here. He pulls all the way, all your guards.
There's really not much else to that. I mean, that's just power football. So that's what, 42-7 there, Trammell?
Yep.
42-7, the Lakeview Chiefs there from San Angelo Stadium. All right, let's go back to Tuscola. This one looks like Cisco with the rock. They're not ready to quit. Nice little. Whoop. All right, we'll come back to the desk here. All right, so.
Is that you or me?
That is me. All right, so looks like Cisco's not ready to wave the white flag by any stretch of the imagination. So could be that the Lobos maybe get on the board. If they can get on the board here, it would make it 21-7, 26-7, 20 or 21-6, 21-7, or perhaps 21-8 if they can get this 2-point conversion. And then well, perhaps in business to make something happen down the stretch. Trammell, I think it's so as we've kind of gone through some of these updated highlights, what do you say we maybe run or hey, before we run back on some of the scores, there was that highlight that we had from Midland Legacy. For the folks that may be kind of just tuning in, I think you had compiled a highlight there of some sort.
I didn't compile, but I got 2 plays I can show people.
Okay, you want so it was 29-0 last we checked with Midland Legacy. They're in a lightning delay there at Grande Communication Stadium, taking on Arlington Bowie. The Rebels coming off just a tough loss to Arlington Martin last week at Globe Life Park, former home of the Texas Rangers. They gave it all they had, and in fact, they almost beat the Martin Warriors last week, Class 6A Division I powerhouse, and went down to the wire with them. Unable to come out with the dub, but I tell you what, these guys back at it this week. Right now leading the Bowie Volunteers 29-0. This is the team that the Bobcats will see certainly down the stretch, and Trammell is ready for us to go.
Here's just some of the highlights that's been going on for Midland. I mean, it's just pretty simple. You hit it to your big boys and you let them do their thing.
Kylan Young right there.
It's pretty simple, man. Just give it to him and get out of his way. That's pretty simple.
Yeah, Kylan Young was kind of just the
Touchdown Rebels! Number 22!
see. He's just the kind of kid that's just, I mean, he's tough to bring down, to say the least. But whenever he has the football, you want to know what's going on there. So
Definitely, and here's another example of it. I mean, this one was just a little bit earlier in the night. It's the same thing. You do it to him, and you find some good blockers, and get behind it.
It looks like another guy there that's but I tell you, they're filled with athletes on that team. See a little bit more. Hopefully we can see some other action from them. Maybe not. Maybe the lightning strikes are just a little too much there in the Permian Basin.
Literally, yeah.
Looks like Arlington Bowie caught some lightning in a bottle, and not just from the West Texas night.
Right. So, but another game, we've been watching Jim Ned, and we've been thinking, oh, hey, I said that's a dub. They're that thing. But Cisco got on the board, Manny. Finally.
Did they?
Yeah, they finally got on the board. We can check it out right here.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. We'll load that up there. All right, let's see. Let's give it courtesy of WW AFCO Steel.
Yeah, shout out to Caleb on this one. He got a little too close for the action. Makes one miss, makes 2 misses, running right at him. Running out of the way.
Easy, Caleb.
Easy, Caleb, but that's a touchdown for the Lobos with an E, nonetheless.
Man, oh man.
Cisco. Look at this cut.
Run it back there, that's a good cut.
That's a good one. Shout out to Caleb. Get out of the way, good job.
Well, you got to get some action there on the sideline.
I'm a Lobo. I tell you, you don't get in the way of them Lobos.
Trammell, what's the updated score there from? Did they get a
21-6?
Okay, so looks like they went for 2. Maybe not.
Looks like that was in the last couple seconds of the halftime too.
Okay. Trammell, let's see. Looks like I think we may have an update from Wall Mason down in the Puncher Dome.
Just looks like we just have a score update. It's the end of the third, 14-14. But Wall's driving, and it's in the second. It's 2nd and 10 though.
Okay. All right. So, this one weeks ago down to the wire. Cisco, they did double overtime. Walt could not get past the Lobos. Cisco won that one in 2 overtimes. Man, we'll see if they can kind of close the door on this one, because to fall in games like that is tough down the stretch, because you want to win those. It's the games you should win. Those are always the things you got to think about. But the games that are won in the closing moments, man, they'll show a lot about your team. They tell a lot about what your team is made of. So hopefully the Wall Hawks can kind of show us what they're made of tonight in that one there. Trammell, what else you looking at there?
Dude, I'm not looking at anything good, Manny. I promise you that. If you're the Bobcats fans, you're probably already tuned out, and I'm sorry about that. But here's just another thing that's going on in the Bobcat game. They're down big time. Let's check it out.
All right, hold on. Let's get back to that one there. All right, let's check it out, courtesy of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Oh, Trammell.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I was trying to time it right.
All righty. Let's see. You ready to go back to that one there?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. So this Amarillo Tascosa team, they've been running all over the Bobcats. It's not even been cool. It's not even funny. Like Chadwick said, are they ready for this triple option? I don't know. And this is just another example on what's going on. Look, their running back's even coming up telling him, hey, don't worry. Look at this. Look at this. So a little action right here. Just a handoff to the running back, gets some blocks in front of him, makes one person miss, cuts back door, and see you later, bud. That's a touchdown for the Tascosa Rebels.
Wow.
They're running this thing up, Manny. It's not even close to this point.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine what that's looking like down what's that bus ride's going to be like on the way back to San
Imagine
Angelo.
tomorrow morning during film.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. All right, so I know it's a whole lot to nothing. That's for sure. What we saw. Hey, update between from Midland, from Grande Communications Stadium, Midland Legacy, Arlington Bowie. That one has officially been called. Isaiah Garza kind of filling us in on that one.
The dub.
Yeah, looks like Midland Legacy is going to get the win tonight, 29-0.
Well,
so yeah, I mean,
it is what it is. How are they not having that in Odessa?
I know.
Are they right beside each other?
They're still playing. I mean, they're just within, about 20 miles.
Yes, 20 miles in the right direction, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's just how things are working there for Mojo tonight. But yeah, that one officially called tonight. So Midland Legacy kind of having the rest of the night off. So we'll see kind of what shakes out from. See if we get any more updates from Mojo coming up the rest of the night. I know some of these other ones. Let's see. Into the third quarter, so we are now heading into the fourth quarter. We gave you that update there between Wall and Mason earlier. It is now heading into the fourth quarter, so put the fours up. 14-14. Wall is driving. So we'll see if the Hawks can get on the scoreboard in this one there. Let's see. I know we do have some updates here have an update, and it's going to move rather quickly between Cisco and Jim Ned. And these guys, well, just doing their thing here. That one there. All right, so let's come back to this. Okay, let's see. A little technical difficulty there. So it was a little Jim Ned. In fact, we'll kind of run that one back there. Jim Ned looking to respond, and here we go. I'll just kind of get this one ready for you tonight. Alrighty, let's see, there's that. All right, so Jim Ned with the rock.
Yeah, this is right after the touchdown they gave up. They're looking to respond, Manny. They're trying to, go ahead and keep putting it on them, but they're up big against the Cisco Lobos.
Yeah, what's it, 21-6? I tell you, if Cisco can manage to get a stop, who knows what happens down the stretch. So we'll keep an eye on that game there. This courtesy of Caleb Price and WW AFCO Steel. All right, Trammell. Hey, how about? Well, are you watching anything develop there?
Yeah, I'm about to ring it up for you. Give me 1 second, and we'll get it pulled up. We have an update from Canyon. Looks like the Bobcats are about to score. They're knocking on the end zone. They're on the 2-3 yard line. Let's go. Just check it out, man. Who knows? We might even get a touchdown.
Okay. All righty. Let's check it out there.
So just a handoff right there. That's the dude that's been doing it all year long, Manny. You already know. He's not going to quit no matter if they're down by 100. That's Samuel Navarrete with a touchdown.
Navarrete, yes.
He's going to make it a good 46-27.
Okay, so, hey, the Bobcats still showing some fight.
Yeah, they're not going to quit. They're going to play good against the second string.
Yeah, why not? not ready.
Remember how we showed you? We've been showing you some good stuff out of Tuscola. We saw Cisco score. We saw Jim Ned, show some resilience and try to, fight back a little bit, which, they're up by a lot, but I'm just saying. So, but here's a little real fight back here. Cisco Lobos making a play. All right. So, Jim Ned has the football, making him run a little bit, chunks it, and that's right in the hands of the Cisco Lobo. That's going to be a touchdown or turnover for the Indians. Interception for the Lobos.
We were talking about that. Just Cisco.
It's not over. So maybe, Manny, we talked about was the team good or was the Wall team bad? We may be seeing that the Cisco Lobos are pretty dang good.
Yeah, I would agree. This team knows how to play. I mean, they're hanging on tight. They're hanging on for dear life with these Jim Ned Indians, that's for sure. Whether they have enough to pull it out, that's yet to be determined, but we'll kind of see how this one shakes out. So it's 21-6 from Tuscola. They're in the south end of Taylor County, so good game there. Trammell, any updates from any Wall updates or anything like that we might have? It looks like Bellini hasn't sent it. It looks like we're just kind of waiting here.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do some scores. How about it?
Alrighty, let's kind of free up the scores here, courtesy of Deersky and Deersky.
Remember, Deersky and Deersky, the real estate professionals of Texas, bringing you the San Angelo Live score page. That's right. Go to www.sanangelolive.com/scores to check them out. We got scores all across, not just West Texas, but the entire state. And we're going to start Brownwood at Burnett, tied at 17 in the third quarter. Highland Park versus Rockwell, 31-14, Highland Park. Wichita Falls, Ryder versus Odessa. Odessa, 35, Ryder, 33. It's a really close game for the little Southwest Conference in that one. Denton Geyer versus Humboldt and Atascocita, 27-21 is Geyer's up in that one. Brock has beaten Iowa Park 27-6 third quarter. Snyder 42, Lakeview 7. That one's kind of wrapping down at San Angelo Stadium. Abernathy's beaten Post 27-7. Plainview and Dumas 48, Plainview 14. Pampa and Canyon Randall 28, Pampa 14. Lubbock put it on Levelland tonight. Lubbock High 45, Levelland to nothing. Brady and Dublin played 24-12. That's a Dublin score right there as a lead. Holly and Winters played 47-0 as the Blizzards took a big L tonight, but that's just a third quarter score. Amarillo Tascosa, San Angelo Central, we just saw another touchdown in this one. It's actually 46-28. Eastland Breckenridge is 14-13. That's the third quarter score. Grand Prairie and Abilene High 35, Grand Prairie 21. Anson versus Hamlin 20-7. Anson's up. Gunner versus Pilot Point 49-6 is Gunner's up in that one. Southlake Carroll's beating Arlington Martin 24-7 in the fourth quarter. Judson Northwest versus Abilene Cooper. The Cougars are down 33-14 in the fourth quarter. Bront versus Grady. The Longhorns are down 48-12 in that one. Burleson and Aledo play tonight. Fourth quarter score of 49-14. Florence versus Goldthwaite 7-0 fourth quarter. Cross Plains is beating De Leon, 14-7. Fort Stockton and Monahans, that's a close one, 14-13. Fort Stockton's just down by 1. Miles versus Mundy, 34-16. Albany Haskell, fourth quarter score of 62-0. Wall Mason, 14, all tied, fourth quarter. It's going to come down to the wire, and we're going to have all the highlights plus inside looks on the coaches on what they got to say. Hamilton Bangs 54-21. Hamilton's up in that one. Kermit versus Crane 27-8. As Crane's up in that one. Stanford and Sudan are tied right now in the third quarter at 20s. Roscoe has the edge just on Cristobal, just by a little bit, 34-30. Coleman really put it on Great Creek tonight as that one's final 49-0. Heiko is a final score at 24-7. Rankin and Lakey 79-34. Rankin takes that one. Trent versus Paint Rock, third quarter score. Paint Rock's up only by 1, 39-38. Westbrook versus Water Valley 30-22. Water Valley's got that one. Ozona versus Menard 58-0. Ozona's up big in that one. Ballinger's beating Clyde tonight 14-6, but that's only in the third quarter. Llano versus San Saba 27-12, halftime score. Jim Ned's up big 21-0. Well, actually, we saw an update 21-6. Yeah. Yep. And an interception, so we could be getting highlights from that pretty soon. Wink and El Dorado 40-22. We have a lot of highlights coming from there. McCamey and Forsan tied at 20, and Amarillo is beating Friendship 28-7. Tigers down big. And these are the scores brought to you by Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. This has been the score page. Go to sanangelolive.com/scores for more.
Whether it's a handyman's dream, a dream home, or perhaps a home on the range, Deersky and Deersky can help you find or sell your next home. After all, everything we touch turns to sold. Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas.
All right, Deersky and Deersky getting us up to date. Thank you, Matt Trammell, always bringing us the goods there. A pretty exciting night. Trammell, I know we have an update from Cisco and Jim Ned. This one continues to get exciting. We'll see how this one kind of just pans out. I tell you one thing's for sure, folks. The Lobos not ready to call it a night by any stretch of the imagination, which is a good thing because these guys holding tight with the defending state champs of Class 3A Division I. Big night for them. So it looks like they had a nice return. There was, let's see. Well, when they had things going for sure, it got stopped a little short. So it's still the same score, about 21-6. About 7 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter of that one. They're from Tuscola. All right, I know Matt Trammell's watching closely kind of what's going on with these Central Bobcats. It's been a tough night for them. It's one thing's for sure, they're playing very difficult teams. They're playing good teams, so we'll kind of see what happens with them down the stretch. Final tonight from San Angelo Stadium. If you're just checking in with us, just tuning in to COVER1 Live here on SanAngeloLive.com. Snyder 42, Lakeview 7. Man, that is it's been a tough one for the Lakeview Chiefs this season. Just can't build that momentum, so to speak. So we'll kind of see what happens with them later down the stretch of the season. I know they have some tough games coming up, so we'll kind of see how that kind of shakes out. Trammell, I see you have Mason and Wall ready to go.
Yeah, remember, this is a close one, 14-14 last time we looked. This game is getting down to the end, and you already know I was trying to take advantage of that. After the last time they were out, they lost in overtime, so they don't want to get there again. That is a touchdown right there by Wall, just a handout to the fullback. I swear this has been the biggest highlights we've been seeing. Hand off to the fullback, get you 1 or 2 yards, get you a touchdown.
20-14, Wall. 20-14 left to go. So, Trammell, you like what you're seeing from the Wall tonight? You picked them.
Well, I mean, I did pick them. I don't know if I'm extremely loving what I'm seeing. This is a smaller team. They should be beating them up pretty good, but hey, you get what you can take.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Trammell, I just saw that we to make this somewhat interesting. It looks like they're...
Yeah, we can check it out.
Yeah, you want to?
They're trying.
They're trying. They're giving it the college try.
They're giving it the old Matt Trammell college try. We're going to go for deep, but it may not exactly work out. No interceptions, but they want the deep ball. And but just, he did catch it.
Yeah.
I didn't think he caught it. But he catches it, so that's going to maybe set up Link to at least take a little bit of a position on him. They're still down. Yeah, 40 to 20.
Yeah, so it's now 40-30 El Dorado in this one. So they got the 2-point conversion. So Wink not going quietly into the West Texas night. They're the friendly confines of their home stadium. So perhaps making it a ball game. Trammell, we have an update from Wall Mason there at the Puncher Dome. And if you're a Wall Hawks fan, Hey, stick with us because it is real good tonight when it comes to these guys. Man, man.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You know, they're playing some rivalry games right here, so they try to get it. What do they do? Onside kick when they just got the touchdown. Wall recovers the football. First down, Hawks.
Let's go Hawks. That's not bad. That's pretty textbook right there. So, one last look at the onside kick. How exciting is this game?
Well, I mean, if they can end up pulling it off, it'll be a lot more exciting. But if we can get some overtime action, I'm so down for that too.
I mean, we want to see the Hawks win, but we also want to kind of see some excitement.
It depends on what side of the board you're picking on, Manny. But I picked the Hawks. So.
Yeah, you picked the Hawks tonight. I may have to eat my words with that because I picked punchers to come out with the dub.
So why do you want the Hawks? Look at you.
Man.
So, man, we got a final score from Canyon. It's over. Bobcats, big L tonight. Oof. What do you think?
Well, gosh, it's a tough pill. It's a tough pill to swallow, no doubt. The Bobcats, they're playing teams that are very good, and I don't think it's.
But are these not teams they're going to be seeing?
Well, of course, Austin. I mean, both of those teams that they've played in the last few weeks have been Class 5A teams. They've been very good. I believe they're Class 5A Division I teams, so they're not. They won't see them again.
These, but I mean, these are 5A teams. We got to play 6A teams,
right? But these are teams that they will. When it comes to that, these are similar teams that they'll see that they could see, later on down the way in the football of the schedule. Certainly a Midland Legacy, Odessa Permian. I mean, these are teams that are right in that wheelhouse there. So, gosh, that's a tough break there. What was the final score there from that one, Trammell?
Oh man, I think it's. Give me a sec. I'd have to go back and look, but it's. I think it was in the 40s to the 20s.
Yeah, it's one-sided, a whole lot to not very much. The Bobcats will be back in action next week against those Friendship Tigers.
Final score 46-28.
46-28.
Brought to you by Diaz Realtors, the real estate professionals in Texas.
Yeah. It's been a tough night for the Bobcats. It's been a tough 2 nights for these 2 weeks for the Cats. So next week, it's homecoming nights there at San Angelo Stadium against the Friendship Tigers as they open up Little Southwest Conference play. I'd say the next 3 weeks, Trammell. So we're looking Odessa High, Midland High, or Friendship, Odessa High, Midland High. That's the next 3 stretch of games.
That's a lot better than what we've been playing, though. The last 2 games have been really tough. So I think maybe if you can get up there and beat some bad teams, you got something. But don't let that fool you that those are bad teams, because that Odessa Bronco team had been playing really tough over the past 3 weeks.
They have. You're exactly right about that. Gosh, I mean, I don't see how they don't win these next 3 stretch of games.
They have to, or else we may be missing the playoffs.
Yeah, honestly, Friendship is kind of like the.
So do we end with Abilene?
Yes, they end with Abilene at Shotwell Stadium. So, the next 3. I mean, Friendship is kind of one of those teams
they got whooped today. They got whooped tonight.
So, I mean, they could be one of those teams that throws the wrench in this whole Little Southwest Conference. Because if Friendship, if they can manage to come out with a win against Abilene or perhaps the Central Bobcats,
that changes the game.
Yeah, changes the game completely.
Definitely.
That. So, Friendship, Odessa High, Midland High, that's who's next for the San Angelo Central Bobcats. Then you have the gauntlet of the 3-game stretch. Mojo, Legacy, Abilene High.
I wouldn't say Abilene High on the end of that. I think they're more in the first couple ones, but that 2 back-to-back is one of the toughest parts of the schedule.
Yeah,
hey, I got a thing. I got an update from Wink, El Dorado. They're putting it on them.
Yeah,
they're not scared. Hey, remember we saw that last play on Wink, and they ended up actually scoring after that long touchdown. But this is completely different. This is the next possession. El Dorado has the ball. Let's check it out.
Alrighty, so let's dial this thing up here.
The Covarrubias brother, the younger Covarrubias brother, is slinging that thing.
All right, courtesy of WW AFCO Steel. Let's go back out to way West Texas. Man, this kid is a whole lot of fun to watch. Look at it, slinging it, man.
Oh, my gosh, and right on the money. That's such a dime, Manny. Look at this. He's from back of the 50. That ball lands on the 10-yard line.
I don't understand how he does this. I mean,
from the 45 to the 10, that's a 50-yard throw right there.
From the windows to the wall, as Lil John would say.
There's sweat and dripping down those.
The 50 to the goal line.
Yeah, I'm in. That's all the way. And look at that corner. You know, it was a loft on that thing that confused him. Like, oh, is that going to be short? No, it's not.
No, it is not.
Touchdown. El Dorado.
Corbin Covarrubias named the Ford Built Tough Player of the Week. Hey, what's unique about this, Trammell, last week in week 3, when his brother Kevin Covarrubias was playing just a few years back, in week 3 of his senior season, just 2 years ago, he was named the Ford Built Tough Player of the Week. In the week 3 this season, well, his little brother.
Well,
yeah. So there's
maybe week 3 just is Covarrubias week.
It's certainly built for the Covarrubias. Yeah. So that's. But yeah, some good things going for the Covarrubias family there. Man, hey,
Manny. So in Tuscola right now.
You're ahead of me right now, my man.
Go for it.
You ready? Hey, dial it up for us. I know you're ready for it. Let's go back out to Tuscola. Let's first check in with Trammell here as he dials this thing up. You ready for this one, Trammell?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. Going back out to Tuscola. The Lobos making it interesting. Look at that.
We thought, this is a runaway game. That's a big old guy right there, number 10. He was willing to go out there, put it on the line, and catch the ball.
Yeah, so it was 21-6. With that touchdown, 2-point conversion, now 21-14.
One-score ball game.
2 minutes left. I would love to see some overtime. This is a great game. I'm excited to hear from Caleb Price at the end of this one. I mean, he's a Texas high school football junkie, so I imagine he's just ready to talk about this. Then let's go back to you. How exciting is it to see a good football game like that there?
I mean, it's good because especially when you get these guys who are supposed to be the number 1 team in the state who, like, can be knocked off any week. And if Cover 1 has the juice to get him a little upset action and we get all the highlights, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Why not? All right, so WW AFCO Steel taking Core 27, the surrounding area schools with that. So thank you so much to them. Trammell, we are seeing another. You are so ahead of me, my man. Hey, you ready to go back out to the Puncher Dome?
Yeah, Puncher Dome, a little late game action. Look at that hug at the end of this thing. So right there, you see the guy come up, just wrap up, and just hug him the whole way down.
All righty.
Check out that yellow flag coming in.
So, courtesy of James Bellini, there's about $1:43 left in the game. First and goal, Wall on the Mason 5-yard line. Man, oh man, this is a very exciting football game tonight. One last look at the pass and the series. Looks like, unless Mason can kind of looks like Wall's on their way to scoring another touchdown.
Yeah, looks like first and goal and Wall's on the 5.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So big things brewing down there at the Puncher Dome in Mason County. The Hawks up 21, I believe it was 28 or 21-14 or 20-14. Pardon me, there in Mason, Texas tonight. So, whew, Trammell, we got some good football tonight. We've been running it, dude.
I know. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, and there's only one place you can get it all.
Yeah.
It's Cover 1 football.
Right here on Cover 1 Live, that is for sure.
If we cover one, we cover all.
Yeah. Man, you're just bringing out the goods tonight, the heavy hitters. You know, I'm ready to see. I'm hoping that we get another chance to see Corbin Covarrubias and that El Dorado offense because he slung one down the field to Cooper Metter earlier tonight, and we're calling it. It's already a La Esperanza Play of the Game nominee. I know if we see any developments from that Cisco Jim Ned game, I imagine we could probably already throw that in the hat for a nominee. Play the game.
That bomb
nominee.
by Covarrubias, man, was
this
just
dude,
so nice. He might be. Whoever can figure out where to get him, he's going to be a good snag for some team out there.
Yeah, without question.
A lot of these 2As fall under the radar. So hopefully you can find something.
You know, and usually some of those guys they hang around in the Division II, the Division III ranks, and I imagine, you know, and regardless, I mean, they're bound to put some if he goes and plays some college football, they're bound to put a few extra pounds on him in terms of the old muscle. But man, that kid can just sling it like nobody else. It's been a while since we've seen a kid like that. He reminds me a lot of a Cal Vincent from San Angelo Central from 2016 when the Central Bobcats made that big run deep into the third round of the Texas high school football playoffs. They scored off against Allen. Cal Vincent, the QB1 of the Bobcats that year. Corbin Covarrubias, very much built like that kid. Can run like him, can throw like him. Just a lot of fun to watch. He's a highlight waiting to happen.
You know, we kind of saw that kind of stuff with his brother, but, you know, not as much. His brother didn't have the arm that he has. Mm-mm. His brother would run down your throat. Yeah. He would put it in your face, and I think he will too, but I'm telling you, this kid's got something that probably El Dorado won't see for a long time.
Yeah, no, Corbin, without question, has that ability. I think he has a little bit more arm strength than his brother Kevin. I agree with you 100%. You don't want that smoke when Kevin was coming right at you. But yeah, it's a very exciting, just a family to watch. Trammell, looks like we have an update from Wall.
Yeah, I think the final update from Wall tonight. Wall wins 20-14. So hey, that's it. The Puncher Dome. Hey, look, one for Trammell. Let's go. Got that one in the bag.
The Punchers almost put one on.
They almost did, but hey, horseshoes and hand grenades, buddy.
No. Hey, I think next week it's a pretty exciting week for the. I wouldn't say exciting, but it's going to be a tough week for the Hawks because they get the Shiner Comanches, and I want to say that they're ranked top 5 in the state of Texas, if not the number 1 team in Class 2A Division I. They'll get them down in Fredericksburg, so the Hawks are headed back to Central Texas. Coming off just a good win tonight, so that makes it 3 years in a row that the Hawks victorious against the Mason Punchers. Trammell, what do we got here? Looks like a little GymNet update from Tuscola.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get some things lined up for little interviews later. Here it is. We got a little Tuscola action, and Manny, we thought Cisco had this thing, or just a little comeback, but a little comeback from the quarterback. QB1 action. That's a running touchdown. GymNet back up.
47. Looks like the tribe says, "Hey, we're not the state champs for nothing." Buckbird won. Caleb Wright, boots on the ground there from Tuscola. We'll see what kind of happens with him there. Trammell, we also have a. There you go. Well, once we, I know we're looking to check in with Ryan Chadwick, but we also have an updated kind of just a sequence of highlights from Grande Communication Stadium with Midland Legacy and that Arlington team, the Bowie Volunteers. So
perfect.
It's been a long night. We're closing in probably the last 20 or so minutes. I know we want to check in with Chadwick, and I know for sure we want to hear from Caleb Price with that about those kids from Tuscola.
And we're going to get something from Houston Guy here in a second, too.
Yes, post-game sound with Houston Guy. Let's see. Oh, hey, while Trammell's working there, I know I can effort you a highlight from Wink. Because the kids from Schleicher County not ready. They're still fighting And if you like some El Dorado highlights, well, here you go, folks. Courtesy of El Dorado fans there. Hey, check it out. Wink with the rock. And just looking, man, just heaving it. The kids from El Dorado saying, hey,
are they going to take it all the way?
Yep.
Looks like it.
6.
Pick 6. Oski.
Look at that one more time. I don't know, Trammell. This may be enough to seal it for the win.
Maybe so. Wink came down here. They figured out these Concho Valley teams ain't playing around.
Yeah, they're getting a good, close, personal look at that. Took a whooping from the Cristobal Cougars tonight. It's against courtesy of the El Dorado Eagles. Got to love that sideline. Let's take one last look at that. Oski, just heaving it. One last heave. Desperation mode. Doesn't get much better than that as the El Dorado Eagles go back up. Big things happening there for the kids in Washington County. Thank you so much to Vanessa Covarrubias hooking us up tonight. Damian Romo with the pick 6. It is now 56-30 El Dorado.
That could be almost our Lost Bronze Player of the game. That's up there in the nomination.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we'll give you the score here. 56-30 El Dorado. 6:20 left in the third, Trammell. Let me say that again. 56-30, 6:20 left in the third.
Dang, they might put up a hundo.
That's not
Over
out of the
under
realm.
107? Who has that? Who does that?
I mean, right now there's what I mean. Okay, if we had to,
oh my gosh,
let's start it right now. If we had to put an over under on this,
112,
112 points,
something
collective
big.
points.
Yeah, something big.
We're at 86 right now.
Yeah, 112 is not very far.
No, they're not. Certainly, if El Dorado can, keep putting points on the board, I don't see that not being a thing.
Well, I got you a little legacy Rebel highlight.
Okay. What do you say? Let's ready to check it out.
Run it. Let's see what's up.
Alrighty. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Alrighty. Let's get it going. All right. So.
I saw this one earlier.
Touchdown!
Some rough.
Chunking it out for the deep ball, and they put it on him. This wasn't even funny. This wasn't fun. This was just pure mean, tough.
To Nathan Suttle, the last touchdown that you saw there. I tell you, there's a lot of talk about McKylan Young. In that legacy, in what he does for that legacy offense. But Marcus Davila, the QB1 there, this kid, the real deal Holyfield when it comes to QB1s in the Little Southwest Conference. As you see him, he's kind of similar to that kid from Schleicher County. Corbin Covarrubias is just able to just sling the rock around the football field. So. Man, this guy looks plenty good. There's a lot of good football to be played here tonight, certainly out here in West Texas. The Midland Legacy Rebels look like a team that look to be representing West Texas deep into November, perhaps maybe even December. So we shall see what happens with that.
A little update from Tuscola. It looks like the final score there, Jim Ned 28, Cisco 14. Jim Ned wins. Okay. Undefeated. Keep rolling.
All right, so, hey, the Tribe, they survived a scare, but came out victorious. Let's see. I know we will. Let's see.
Hey, if since the game's over, I think we got a little Bobcat connoisseur reaction. If you want to get on it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's bring in. Let's see, Ryan Chadwick here. All right. What do you say? Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Ryan Chadwick rejoining the broadcast here. Chadwick, the second week in a row, man. This is tough sledding for the Cats. Your thoughts on the outing tonight there in Canyon?
Well, Manny, what did I say right before we got off the meeting after the first half? I said what I want to see from the Bobcats for at least some sort of a moral victory tonight is I want to see the Bobcats put multiple points on the board in the form of touchdowns, like a little bit better than they did last week. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I want to see a stop. And so although I did not like the final score line, I didn't like how many yards the Bobcat defense gave up, they did give me a stop. They did get a takeaway. Tascosa's first drive of the second half, they picked off the Tascosa quarterback, got the Bobcats the ball back on their own 9-yard line, and then the Bobcats proceeded to drive the ball 91 yards down the field for their first touchdown of the second half. So there's a lot of things to be said. The Bobcats could have and should have played much better in the first half, but I still think this is a better performance than last week's just by the final score line alone.
Well, we talked about as soon as we hung up. We talked about, Mojo. You said yourself they're having trouble with that triple option, and if you can run it, you will never beat them. Mojo does the same thing. Mojo is pretty much just a mini-me of this Tascosa Rebel team. Do we have a chance here in a couple weeks when we got to play the Panthers?
I do think that the Bobcat defense can improve the more they practice against this triple option, but from what I saw tonight, the Bobcats were getting pushed around on defense. The tackling was poor. The running lanes were open. So, the Bobcats got a lot of work to do. I'm not going to count them out because, the saying, any given Sunday, but I guess for high school, any given Friday. But the Bobcats need work on defense.
Yeah. Chadwick, these last 2 weeks have been, just brutal for the Bobcats. Next week, the week after that, and the week after that, for the next 3 games, they're winnable football games. Friendship, Odessa High, Midland. Do you think the Bobcats are, going to go 3-0? Do we have a chance to kind of, make some progress in the next 3 weeks?
I will say this, Manny. Even though the Bobcats have dropped 2 in a row, this is by no means the panic button should be being hit right now. The Bobcats are 2-2 going into district, and they just played 2 state-ranked teams. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that the Bobcats are still one of the stronger teams in their own district. So I could see the possibility of going 2-1 or 3 or even 3-0 before you get to the meatier part of their district schedule. We also got to remember this is Coach Crane's first year as a head coach. I think that the Bobcats are going to be fine. This is just going to be like any other head coach's first year. There's going to be a little rocky, rough patches. You know what I mean? But overall, I'm upset that the Bobcats lost, and I'm upset that the Bobcats left a whole lot of points out there again. But it seems like Central is coming into their own.
Wow. I agree with you, Chadwick. I think these next few games are winnable games. I think it kind of boosts their confidence before they get to Midland Legacy, Odessa Permian, and Abilene High. Do you think it's? Do you think the Bobcats are just able to kind of regroup the troops, at least certainly after these 2 brutal losses?
Yeah, Manny, I don't think there's any reason why they should have a majorly negative attitude. Like I said, this is still non-district, when the Bobcats put Austin Vandegrift on their schedule, they knew how good they were going to be. I mean, I doubt that they thought Tascosa would be as good as they actually are this year, but hey, that's just the way it shakes out. This early in a season, you can't. We haven't even reached the midway point yet. You can't start selling the farm and hanging your heads and whatnot. So, come back to me and ask me the exact same question after the first 3 games in district. All right?
I sure will, because I don't know if you know this, but Odessa High has actually gone on a little bit of run here in the past couple games. They've been really feisty, and tonight they're actually taking it down to the wire. So what's the chances that one of these triple option teams in the Little Southwest Conference that's not Odessa, one of these smaller ranked teams, so these smaller schools, what do you think their chances are of beating Central?
Are you asking about Mojo, or are you asking about Odessa High?
I'm asking the other schools in the Little Southwest Conference that run the triple option. I don't know if it's Midland or Odessa High, but one of them run that triple option scheme, that run heavy scheme. So do you think that that's going to be a trouble for them going forward? Is it just they can't stop the run, or do you think it was this Tascosa offense in general?
the Tascosa offense in general was the problem tonight. The only reason the triple option is ever successful is if the team running it is good at it. Okay, so I'm not saying that these other teams in the Little Southwest Conference aren't good at the triple option, but I honestly just don't know what they run. If it's just a run heavy scheme, though, the easiest way to beat a run heavy scheme is to score more points than they have time for. It takes time to run the ball and score all those long drives. You know what I mean? So if the Bobcats can just execute in the first half like they have not been able to do in the last 2 weeks, I think they're going to be just fine.
Yep. Well, you're certainly asking the Bobcats to do something that they, like you said, like they haven't done. But I do think the next 3 games, they're winnable ball games. Could be just what the doctor ordered for the Bobcats.
Might be the first time Trammell picks them in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been tough. All right, Chadwick, we thank you so much for joining us tonight. Man, we were hoping for a better outcome, but hey, at least you got a chance to watch some Texas high school football.
Hey, and just make sure Joe doesn't fly the plane like the Bobcats play tonight.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna make sure we get home safe.
Y'all do that for sure.
All right, thanks,
All right,
Chadwick.
Guys.
All right, Ryan Chadwick bringing us the goods there from Canyon, Texas, as the Bobcats falling big tonight to Amarillo Tascosa, the Tascosa Rebels, and I mean that's a good football team. Let's not let's not forget about that. Tascosa, these guys are state ranked. I want to say that they're ranked. They're ranked, I believe, in the top 10, top 15.
Yeah, they're a good football team. They're probably the best team up there in the Panhandle.
No, without question. I think whenever you start talking teams in West Texas, you're probably talking Midland Legacy, and you're probably talking right after that Amarillo Tascosa as the best teams in West Texas that are repping us out here. So I don't know. I don't know where. I think the Bobcats can get back on track here. I think the next 3 weeks can certainly do that. We'll see what happens after that. I mean, that's what they did last season. We saw that. We saw them get some Malachi Brown. I know that's a weird that we haven't said him. We said him for the last 3 years.
I know.
He had a record-breaking game against Odessa High. So we'll see what happens.
I definitely think it's a winnable game next year. I mean, not next year, next season. Dang it, Manny. Next week. Next week, it's a winnable game.
It's been a long night, Trammell.
I know. Next week's definitely a winnable game for them. I'm excited to actually see them go out and actually play a team that they actually have probably more of a chance of winning than losing.
Certainly. Alrighty. Well, I know we're kind of winding things down. We're waiting. We've spoke with Chadwick. We've had a chance to hear from Isaiah Garza tonight. We've seen a little bit of the Odessa Permian Mesquite Poteet. And I believe, the last we saw out of that game, it was 29 I'm sorry, let me go back to that. 28-7. I'm not sure if that one's been called just yet. I know they had some lightning out in the Grande.
Oh, so Mojo ended up having to.
I think I need to confirm on that.
I would guess if it's halftime right now, it's 10 o'clock.
Right.
I mean, man, Manny, we would be here till 12.
Yeah.
Whew.
No,
we'll be hitting it off, man. I'm telling you.
I think we're closing in on the 10 o'clock hour. We're about ready to close wrap up shop here tonight. So. Hey, this is COVER1 Live. We are pretty much the NFL red zone of Texas high school football. We bring you highlights as they happen, so we're just a little bit delayed. We're a little bit behind them, but, man, we're bringing you –
Only seconds, though, if you're talking about everyone else. Everyone else right now is just now showing you highlights, Manny. Everyone else is doing their 10 o'clock show where they show you all the football touchdowns. We've been doing it since they started.
Yeah, and that's what's unique about us. Yeah, so that's always a lot of fun. Hey, Trammell, I know if you can, bring up that last El Dorado touchdown and the play with that, because I tell you one thing, these guys are just a ton of fun to watch. The El Dorado, showing us why. Let's see, let me get you up there, Trammell.
What is this, the La Esperanza play of the game, Manny?
Yeah.
Dude, I love La Esperanza. I tell you what, there's a lot of clinics you can go to here in San Angelo, but one of the best ones is La Esperanza. I mean, they're going to take care of you, and they're going to do it for a great, low, convenient rate. And just the care they give you, the people there, just the nicest people in the world. So definitely go to La Esperanza because they're going to give you a top play.
Yeah, and certainly this is a top play, play of the game type nominee here. As we check out this last one, this one from Corbin Covarrubias, deep ball,
money ball.
Trammell, I know there's another one. We'll come back to you as you load this one up. It is the very last. It was a pick six from Damian Romo. So that one is certainly a play of the game type nominee. This one, let's go back to them. As you see,
pick six, game ender, game sealer, the nail in the coffin.
We'll run this one back. This is a La Esperanza play the game nominee. If you like defense, this is a sure nail in the coffin for the week Wildcats. Yeah, Damian Romo, pick six, taking it to the house for the El Dorado Eagles. At that point, it made it 56-30. We'll check in here in the next few moments, see if that one is in the lead.
Look, Manny, before we leave, I'm no QB coach, but I do not believe that this is very good form by a quarterback.
I wouldn't imagine.
The heave.
It's desperation mode.
Good job for El Dorado.
Yeah, for sure. It's a La Esperanza play of the game nominee. Trammell working hard for us to get that one. We'll see what's Trammell, can you think of any other big plays that we saw tonight?
And I tell you what, it was not Central. I tell you what,
not quite Central.
I don't think. We saw most. The number one play that I saw tonight was a fullback dive. I think I showed more highlights of a fullback dive than I did all week, all season, all since I've worked here. Every single play was just either a Tascosa fullback dive, Mojo fullback dive, or a Wall fullback dive.
Yeah.
So I think those two are definitely probably the best two plays of the night.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll run it back here in the next few moments. I think you are exactly right. Those are probably the two best. One other one we might have to consider, the Mason kick return for a touchdown.
Oh, that's right.
Down the stretch of that one to start the second half. That one was a big one that happened there. That one was fun to watch. Of course, we'll put in Kevin Covarrubias as well in that. Or not Kevin, Corbin.
And y'all go ahead and comment right there in the YouTube link, comment in the Facebook, and tell us what you thought was the best play of the game.
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of interesting plays tonight as we kind of check Facebook and YouTube here, checking on that world there. So we're seeing if we can't maybe get a little feedback, get a little talk from our friends over at in Tuscola, and see if we can't get some post-game sound with the Wall Hawks, with Houston guys. So it's a big win for them because they haven't had a whole lot of opportunities in the last few weeks. 2 weeks ago, they were shut down due to COVID. So Hawks, you're winners tonight. So Trammell, what do you think?
Man, good week of football. A lot better than last week. Not as many blowouts. Of course, our home teams got blown out, but overall, for the scorebook, it was all pretty good. Yeah, without question. I think it was a lot of fun to watch tonight. In fact, we'll go ahead and this is a La Esperanza play of the game type nominee here. Let's see. In fact, we'll do that one more time. And this was to start the second half. Man, you can never have a bad kickoff return. You gotta love it. It was what put them in the game. It's not what saved the game for them. Of course, they lost, but it's what kept them in there for sure.
Yeah, without question there. So that was a good one there. I think we're probably I don't know, Trammell. I think
we can't give it to him twice. So I'll go with the Mason kickoff return is my vote.
Mason kickoff return. Looks like it is 64-30 El Dorado to start the fourth quarter.
Man, So that one's pretty much over.
Yeah. What did we say?
Yeah.
A buck, 112 was our over-under on that. We're at 104.
Oh man,
We're closing in on that
definitely
one.
could get it. Definitely could get it.
Looks like Kevin Crane is just.
I'm working on getting that up right now.
Okay, so we will. Looks like we're efforting some sound from the Bobcats head coach Kevin Crane here in just a few moments. He'll give us kind of the nuts and bolts of this one here. What, this guy is just a character tonight. It's tough loss for the Bobcats tonight, to say the least. Trammell, you ready to take some sound?
Yeah, let's go ahead and hear it from Coach Kevin Crane.
Central Bobcats head coach, Coach Crane, here with me tonight. Coach, it's another tough loss, 2 weeks in a row. How are y'all feeling right now?
Obviously, it doesn't feel very good. I mean, it's teams. It hurts because we put so much into this, and obviously we wanted a different outcome, but it didn't work out like that. It's a really good football team over there. A lot of size, a lot of speed, and they're a top 5 team really for a reason. So we've got to kind of reset, get ready for our district schedule.
Coach, right at the end of the first half, it looked like you could go into the locker room with momentum. What happened there with the clock running out down there at the 1 yard line?
Yeah, they said the ball didn't cross the goal line, and that's what they went with. It was a tough call right there at the end, and we obviously felt like he had gotten in, but they caught him just short.
With that being said, the adjustments were obvious in the second half. The offense was producing like they weren't in the first. What did you say to those guys, or what did you and the coaches do during halftime to put 28 or 21 points on the board in the second half?
Yeah, we just kind of regrouped. I mean, there was certainly no magic pill. We regrouped and we played a little better in the second half. First half, that wasn't us. I mean, we didn't play very good in the first half. Felt like we played a lot better in the second half, and I was proud of our guys for that.
Hey, that's what non-conference is for, right, Coach? Y'all open up with Friendship next week at home. Are y'all ready?
Yeah, we're going to be ready. Our kids are resilient, and it's going to be a good Friendship team coming in. But we're going to reset, and we're going to get ready for the Friendship Tigers.
All right, see you next week, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. Bobcats head coach Kevin Crane. Man, that's a tough pill to swallow. No matter how you put it, the Bobcats falling in a big one tonight. Man, just a tough outing 2 weeks in a row for these guys. It's just one of those things. The Bobcats, when you play tough opponents like that, you're going to run into a few buzzsaws from time to time. Meanwhile, hey, the Mojo Panthers from Odessa hanging out at Ratliff Stadium against Mesquite Petite. Trammell, looks like we got some good things going on there.
Yeah, they're getting back at it. We had a little lightning delay, but it looks like they're back on the field, and it looks like we're getting back into some action. And it's going to start with a Mojo touchdown, just a quarterback keeper. Follow your big boys up front and get in the 1 yard touchdown.
Yep, makes it 35-7 as Mojo leads Mesquite Petite.
They definitely are looking very petite, let me tell you what.
Trammell with the jokes tonight. All right, 35-7. Aggressive Hermian leading Mesquite Petite 35-7 there at Ratliff Stadium. All right, so we're talking a little about our La Esperanza play the game type of thing there, and I think we might be looking at perhaps one of these guys here. We saw some big plays. And I think for this one, Trammell, we got to give it to what do you think?
Dude, it's got to. You can't give it to the same guy 2 weeks in a row. You can, and he's been balling. But instead, I think I'll give it to his teammate with the pick six action.
Yep. Well, let's check it out here. Why not? The kids from El Dorado, check it out. Wink, looking to get on the move. Damian Romo.
That's it right there.
Oski.
To seal the football game, El Dorado Eagles get the win.
Yep, your pick six, your La Esperanza play of the game, Damian Romo. All right, so your Central Bobcats, well, they had some tough out. They had a very tough outing tonight against Amarillo Tascosa. And as we speak, the El Dorado Eagles 64-30 right now in the fourth quarter. So that's, Trammell, we said about 112 points might be put up in that one.
Yeah, I think that's what I said.
Yeah, we're at 104 points.
Yeah, it'll probably hit there by the end. It's still not over yet, so y'all stay tuned. Remember, sanangelolive.com/scores to check out all the scores brought to you by Deersky and Deersky Realtors.
All right. Hey, what do you say, Trammell? We take one more look at the scores, and then we kind of begin to wrap this thing up. What do you say?
Sure. Just let me pull.
All right, so as Trammell kind of gets the scores ready for that one, it's been one heck of a night. We've seen some good football. We've seen some very close football, certainly between the Wall Hawks and the Mason Punchers. Wall kind of squeaking past Mason in that one. Jim Ned also in a very tight ball game against the Cisco Lobos, winning that one 27-14. State-ranked Cisco Lobos, of course, the Jim Ned Indians, and that one, the defending Class 3A Division I state champions. So we'll see what kind of see what's left in store for the Wall Hawks next week. See what's in store for them. They're going to play against the Shiner Comanches. I believe they're the number 1 team in Texas in Class 2A Division I. They'll play them down in Fredericksburg. So the Hawks will be heading back to Central Texas. So you never know what's going to be on the old what's on the old horizon there for the Hawks. You better believe Houston Guy will have his team ready, cocked and loaded, and good to go for that game against the Shiner Comanches. And so as we kind of Matt Trammell is gearing up for our last run of the scores, courtesy of Deersky and Deersky. You ready, Trammell?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty, so.
All right, so Eastland versus Breckenridge, 28-19. Eastland's up in this one. That's a final score. A lot of these are going to be final. I'm just going to rattle them off as fast as I can. Let's go. Miles Mundy, 55-12 Miles. Sonora Alpine, 42-19 Sonora. Shallowater Childress, 30-28. Shallowater Mustangs down in this one. Childress takes it. Sudan versus Stanford, 46-20. Stanford takes that. Llano versus San Saba, 41-18. Llano. Wink versus El Dorado, 64-30. The El Dorado Eagles are up big in that one. Gunter, 59. Pilot Point, 6. Florence Goldthwaite's final at 10-7. Florence takes that. Clyde Ballinger, 21-13. Ballinger wins. Odessa Permian beats Mesquite Poteet, 28-7. Kermit and Crane, 33-25. Crane. Roscoe Cristoval Cougars, first loss of the season, Manny, 42-30. That's a bad one there. Brock Iowa Park, 41-6. That's final. Brownwood Burnett, 31-19. Brownwood's up in that one. Paint Rock beat Trent tonight, 59-38. Westbrook Water Valley, 42-22 Water Valley. Abernathy Post, 33-7 Abernathy. Ozona beat Menard, 70-6. Dublin beat Brady, 38-12. Andrews beat Seminole, 56-7. Big Springs Brownfield, 7-6 final with Big Springs winning that one. Reagan County beat TLCA, 40-14. Anson beat Hamlin, 40-7. Early and Merkel, 46. Early takes that one. Jim Ned beats Cisco, 28-14. DeSoto versus Duncanville. Duncanville 28, DeSoto 14. Rockwall played Highland Park tonight and lost 45-31. Stephenville versus Abilene Wiley 30-7 as the Yellow Jackets take that one. Wichita Falls Rider took on Abilene High and Odessa High 43, Rider 40. That one's in the fourth quarter. Stay looking at that one. Garden City Eden. Garden City 50-0. Humble at Atascocita. I had that earlier, going pretty good. Lost tonight against Denton Geyer, 39-28. Holly Winters, 49-0. Holly Winters loses that one. Pampa Canyon Randall, 1-point ball game. Pampa Harvesters come back, beat Canyon Randall 29-28. De Leon Cross Plains 21-13. Cross Plains. Mason Wall 20. Mason 14. Lubbock Cooper versus Lubbock Monterey. Lubbock Cooper 28. Monterey 21. Lubbock beat Levelland tonight 51-7. Forsan McCamey 27-24. Saying Amarillo versus Friendship. Amarillo 31, Friendship 14. Amarillo Tascosa beat San Angelo Central tonight 46-28 in Canyon. Waco La Vega lost to Argyle 17-14. Albany Haskell 62-0. Burleson Aledo 56-14 Aledo. Fort Stockton Monahans 14-13 halftime score. We'll have an update there. Dumas Plainview 48-14. Midland Legacy 29. Arlington Bowie ended after lightning 51-16. Bernie beat Sweetwater. Snyder beat Lakeview tonight 42-7. Grand Prairie 28, Abilene High 35. South Lake Carroll 31, Arlington Martin 7. Grady beat Bronx tonight 62-12. Hamilton versus Bangs 62-21. Hamilton. Justin Northwest beat Abilene Cooper. The Cougs tonight 33-14. 49-0. That was the score. And Grape Creek versus Coleman, as Grape Creek lost that one. Hico versus Junctions 24-7. Hico wins that one. Rankin beat Lakey tonight 79-34. And Robert Lee lost 50-0. This has been the Deersky and Deersky scoreboard, brought to you by Deersky and Deersky, the real estate professionals of Texas. For more, check out sanangelive.com/scores.
All right, Matt Trammell. Man, million miles an hour going in that one there.
Too many of them.
Yeah, there were too many of them. There's a lot. I think there's probably over 60 scores that we probably reported on that from all that. Looks like we do have some post-game sound from Wall head coach Houston Guy. We'll look to get on that here in just a few moments. As the Wall Hawks victorious tonight against the Mason Punchers 20-14. A big win for them because it gets them back in the win column next week. They're going to need a lot against the Shiner Comanches. But in the meantime, let's go back out to the Puncher Dome with head coach Houston Guy. You got sound?
It was one of those games. I knew it was going to be close. I knew coming in here it was going to be a tough ball game. They're a very talented group. They're well coached. We knew that coming out of halftime they'd make some adjustments. We just weren't sure, what they'd be. They showed that front before. We really cut during the week. It just gave us a little more problems than what we thought it would. I thought we picked it up. In the fourth quarter, we adjusted to it a little bit better. Kids blocked it a lot better and able to move the ball. But they came out and they were ready to play a lot more in the second half, and they did a great job. I'll take my hat off to them. That's a tough ball club over there.
And the third phase of the game, special teams, what was going through everybody's mind on that onside kick recovery?
We're just trying to make sure that when we scored, we thought they might think, I thought they would think we were going to kick it deep and try to pin them back, and we thought they might be relaxed a little bit. We thought we could catch them off guard a little bit. We just told our kids, just run the football as fast as you can. Maybe we get a bad hop, and it did. It bounced right in front of their player. We got a good hop for us. It bounced over their head, and they struggled to get their hands on it. Our kids came up with it. Hats off to our kids for fighting for it on the ground, and we came up with it.
Speaking of your kids, this is, you basically had to rebuild your entire team this offseason.
For a team that had 0 returners on defense and 3 on offense, we were coming in this season with a lot of young kids and a lot of new kids and a new face, and so I'm so proud of the way they play. They play so hard. We've been in 3 ball games now, and all 3 ball games have been just like this. They've had to battle and fight for every game. We were at Cisco. It was a double overtime. Ended up falling behind and not winning that one. But I like to see our kids battling. And games like this are just going to make us better for the end ball game when we get in district.
All right. Houston Guy, head coach of the Wall Hawks. This kid's from the east end of Tom Green County. We're victorious tonight over the Mason Punchers, 20-14. Trammell, I believe you picked that one correctly. Yep. I, on the other hand, took the L.
You had no faith in the Germans, Catholic Germans over there in Wall. I mean, dude, those guys right there, they know how to beat Mason. They've been playing them forever. It's just common knowledge to me at this point from being here not very long that team has just always been superior. And so it's got to take a special Mason Puncher team with Otto on it to make me consider otherwise. So, and even then, I don't think they won.
Yeah, well, the thing is, whenever I pick the Wall Hawks, whenever I pick against the Wall Hawks, I think I always kind of play this in the back of my head. It's like, I hope they just prove me wrong, and that they did tonight. And I'm glad they proved me wrong in that. Maybe I should just pick against them next week.
Hey, there
see
you
what
go.
happens again.
Hey, we'll see. Yeah.
So
might be a little tougher next week, though.
Yeah. Alrighty, hey, as we get to wrap up this show tonight, let's go ahead and get our final thoughts of the night. Trammell, this has been an eventful week 4 of the Texas high school football season. Final thoughts tonight.
Well, Manny, I don't really know how to feel about the Central Bobcats. I don't know if they're a good team or not. You know, we thought 2 weeks, oh, yeah, they're a great team. Next 2 weeks, oh, my God, this is the worst team I've ever seen play football. I don't think that's true, and I don't think the first is true. They're somewhere in the middle, and I'm really excited to see over the next 3 weeks where they go and if they can find their true identity of who they are.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And, I think I piggyback off of your words there. I think the next 3 weeks are just what they need. Certainly get back on track. Odessa, it's Friendship, Odessa High, Midland High, all 3 winnable ball games. Not discounting anything that any of those teams do or have done.
Did we win
season.
all 3 last year?
Yeah, they went on a stretch before they went and caught the buzzsaw that was Midland Lee, Midland Legacy, and Odessa Permian. So, yeah, I think it's very, very much possible for them to kind of bounce back. As for the Wallhawks, it's going to be a tough road against next week against the Shiner Comanches. That is a very good football. They are defending state champions at a Class 2A Division I. I think the El Dorado Eagles are probably hands down the best team representing the Concho Valley as we speak, without question. Corbin Covarrubias.
The only undefeated team left, huh?
Yes, they without question are. Corbin Covarrubias, that entire El Dorado team, from the Cooper Metters of the world to the Damian Romos, the kid with the pick six or Las Bronza play of the game.
Yeah.
I think this El Dorado team, they're prime for a deep playoff run. My hometown Cristobal Cougars suffered their first loss tonight against the Roscoe Plowboys there in Nolan County. So I think it was kind of a toss-up tonight between those two teams, Cristobal, El Dorado, who is going to be the last team standing with to be undefeated. And, well, here you go. The El Dorado Eagles are certainly the last team standing when it comes to that. So, tip of the cap to John Long. Tip of the cap to the entire El Dorado team. And in fact, before we leave you tonight, Trammell, we got one more highlight to go with the El Dorado Eagles. Speaking of these El Dorado Eagles, if you check the text there, and remember we were talking about this Corbin Covarrubias kid. Last week he was a Ford Built Tough Player of the Week. This week, well, he might just have a repeat type of kind of week. So, hey, one last highlight for you tonight before we say goodbye. And here he is, Corbin Covarrubias.
Really? Take the ball, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 misses. 5 tries again, and misses again, and that's a big time right there. This isn't even fair anymore, man.
Yeah, that made it 2-point conversion.
Really?
72 to 30.
Hey, what is that, 112? Let's go!
112! Yeah! What's that,
Really? I'm sorry, bro.
All right, so Corbin Covarrubias pretty much sealing the deal.
Really?
Hanging a 72 burger on the weak Wildcats tonight. A bad beat. Yeah, if you were at 110 points.
Yeah, that's a bad beat.
That is really a bad beat right there. All right, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much to Vanessa Covarrubias.
Really?
427. El Dorado, I don't know how much better they get. I think I think there is much more room to improvement. Probably if you were asked John Long, the head coach there. But these guys on a roll. Special thanks to our scorekeepers tonight, Yanis Green, Sonia Ramirez Munoz. Thank you so much to them. Our Bobcat correspondents, Joe Hyde, Ryan Chadwick, for making the trip up to Canyon, Texas tonight. Of course, Michael Bullard hanging out with the Lakeview Chiefs. Caleb Price out in Tuscola. Vanessa Covarrubias, the El Dorado Eagle mom, making sure that we're taken care of over here. And, of course, Isaiah Galvan out in Midland. And our man Jacoby out in Odessa.
Don't forget about the Ball Mason.
And
don't forget about
James
the
Bellini.
James Bellini,
absolutely. So, You can check out Ryan Chadwick's final words on the Bobcats coming up probably shortly that you'll see on www.sanangelolive.com.
Also, big shout out to me and Manny because we ran this thing by ourselves this week. So.
Yeah, it's this. Oh my goodness, where are we going with that? Not where I wanted to. You said you spoke too soon with that, Trammell.
I know, but we've been running this thing by ourselves.
Here
We're
I am messing that thing up.
We usually have about 4 or 5 people. It's just me and Manny this week. So, I'm glad y'all stay with us, and hope y'all come back next week.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. For week 4, for Matt Trammell, for Manny Diaz, for the entire San Angelo Live Cover 1 crew, good night. God bless. We will see you next week for week number 5. Good night.
Who say they want it? Who say they ready? See, you might not like it, but you gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas.